It is already an electric pre-game atmosphere. Dave Roman's got the band cranked up. A good, healthy Bradley student section, and it's filling up all the way to the rafters across the way in 24 and 25. Should be a great one tonight, Bradley and Illinois State. Well, Dave, now a little while we'll talk to one of the veteran broadcasters in the league. It's The Other Mic, brought to you by Scott Communications.
Thank you very much. It's The Other Mic time, and it's Dick Lutke, the play-by-play voice of the Redbirds, as you know. And after what I thought was a very good game over at Redbird Arena, hit the skids a little bit, but righted the ship the other day.
Yeah, they played, actually, as you know, some good teams, Wichita State and Southern and Northern Iowa, all at home. So it was disappointing to lose 3 in a row. But teams go through those sorts of stretches inevitably. Almost all teams do, and the Redbirds felt very good about bouncing back at Wisconsin-Green Bay.
And Gordon played better, and he'd been, I guess, getting so much of the attention that people were saying, okay, if we have to live or die with Illinois State, we'll stop Gordon and take our chance on the perimeter shot with Green, Guidry, and Alexander.
Well, I think more and more teams are adopting that philosophy. The Braves executed it pretty well, actually, at Redbird Arena. He scored only 6 points in that game. The Birds found a way to win anyway because Guidry and Green lit it up. But, yeah, more and more teams, I think, are adopting that philosophy, Dave.
I had Porter Moser down as my coach of the year, a couple of weeks ago, and it's funny how things change, and now I'm not sure what to do with that vote because obviously if Chris Lowry wins the league, you know, you got to think about that, but still the job that Porter has done cannot be, you just can't say enough about it.
Well, when you're closest to it, of course, maybe you tend to inflate the value of it, but I sure think that he's done a wonderful job, and if I were going to have to vote for somebody right now, I'd still vote for Porter, but of course I don't have the option to vote for him the way it works in the Missouri Valley office. One thing that's too bad is that we do have to submit the vote before we determine who the conference champion is, and I understand why, but that is unfortunate.
Okay, who do you think is the better team, Wichita State or Southern Illinois? Now, obviously, Wichita's hit the skids a little bit, but when you take a look at those two teams, what are your thoughts?
I guess I remember best what I saw most recently, Dave, and what I saw most recently was a great performance by the Salukis at Redbird Arena. Wichita played well there also, but I got to see a little bit of the Wichita State game here, and obviously the Braves made the Shockers not look like conference champions that night. At this point, I choose the Salukis.
It's hard to split the two, but I just, maybe it'll happen, but I just don't think the two are going to meet for the championship game. Do you?
Well, I think that's a distinct possibility. There are too many other good teams in the league. Those teams go into the tournament, at least Southern will, knowing it has something locked up. Hopefully Wichita does as well, but yeah, I think it's a less than 50% chance that those two would play on Monday night in St. Louis.
Both boards going to play on the floor at the same time tonight?
They may. Dana actually had a great game at Wisconsin-Green Bay, so I think you're likely to see him and Khalif coming back a little more each game from the injury, and so, yeah, you may have that challenge again this evening, David.
Boy, Trey Guidry has just been so good when we have seen him. Now, I know he's had some off games, but he's just a marvelous player.
Well, he did have a great game against the Braves at Redbird Arena, but overall, recently, his shooting has really been not on target. He didn't play a lot at Wisconsin-Green Bay because of foul troubles, and so I forget how many he had. I think single-digit number, 8 points or so. So he's in a little bit of a slump. Maybe he'll come out of it again at the expense of the Braves.
Well, you know about that. And Vince Green had I don't know if it was a career game, but he certainly had one of his highlights of his college career here a couple years ago.
Well, and yeah, that's right. I remember that game, and Vince, I think, well, as all the Redbirds do, as all the Braves do, certainly get mentally ready to play in these Bradley ISU matchups.
Well, good to see you again. We'll see you in St. Louis, and you've had a terrific year. When you get picked for the basement and you fight for the title late in the season, that's special.
Well, Porter and his guys have had a nice year, whatever happens here down the stretch, but a lot of basketball to be played for both schools.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, David.
Dick Lutke, the play-by-play voice of the Redbirds. Danny, and our pregame programming continues.
And The Other Mic, brought to you by Scott Communications. Doc Watson down on the floor. Well, a familiar face in our fan in the stands.
Thank you, Dan. Yeah, the man in the stands today, well, he's a guy you guys know very well. Marcello Robinson, veteran player, now watching, and you said you've been to a lot of games this year, right?
Yeah, I try to come to all the games, all the home games, much as possible since I work so much. When they go on the road, I watch them on TV and root for them on TV, but I try to come to the majority of the home games, and I'm a Bradley fan.
4-year letterman out of Kankakee, and now now you're working in Peoria and you're working with school kids. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I'm an in-school social worker. I just talk to the kids about anger management, about motivation, just about life skills, you know, getting from one step to the next. You know, it's a good thing I went to school, so I try to help them get to where I came.
And it sounds like you're going to grad school, eh? Where might you be going there?
Well, unfortunately, I'll be going to Illinois State, but I'm a Brave for life, so it don't matter where I go, as long as I get the education, doesn't really matter.
Well, this has to be pretty exciting for you. I mean, you played in a lot of these games. The home team usually comes out on top.
Yeah, usually that's the thing. The home team usually win, but this is probably the biggest game of the year for Bradley. I think when I played my 4 years, the biggest win I ever had was at Illinois State. Out of all the big teams we played, I think that's probably the biggest win, the most memorable win that I've played in and gave my heart and blood, sweat, and tears for. I think it's a great tradition. I think it's a great rivalry, and I hope to see a great game tonight.
Which arena is louder on the ISU Bradley night?
I think ISU's arena is much louder, but we have traditional fans, so we can expect them to stand up and clap. We can expect Illinois State fans to stand up and stomp and holler and call your name, so it's just traditional.
Marcella Robinson with us now. You played, of course, for Jim over a couple of years, and you're still part of the Bradley family. You're still working out. You have some hoop dreams still in you.
Yeah, Coach Les let me come in and work out with the team whenever the guard's struggling. I come in and throw them some meat on their body and push them around and play. You know, teach them a couple senior things. But actually, I'm working right now, but I plan on playing basketball in my future, depending on how well my knee recover from my surgery I'll be getting sometime this year. So, sky's the limit for me right now.
Sounds good. Either way, it sounds like you're on your way to success, Marcello. Thanks for talking to us.
No problem. Thanks a lot.
All right. Thank you, Dan.
Yeah, Marcello Robinson, you know, a lot of Bradley fans didn't realize until after his career was over how much pain he really played in. I mean, it was bone on bone and still part of the Bradley family. Well, table set. Bradley, Illinois State, Dave Snell, Joe Stoll, Jim Watson coming up on 1470 WMBD.
Showtime, huh? Hey, Courtney. 2 other games, Southern Illinois and Northern Iowa. In fact, they should already be started. Northern Iowa, Southern, and SMS in Wichita. Okay. Okay. Very good. 25. Hey, Danny. Nice job. Very good. You look very sharp. You look very Italian. You look like you're going to Michael's son's debut in the opera. I'll yell. Good evening, everybody. From Carver Arena in downtown Peoria, Bradley Braves basketball is on the air. This is Dave Snell, along with Joe Stoll, Jim Watson, set to bring you the play-by-play story as the Bradley Braves come on the floor with a mark of 12-12, even up at 500, in the 100th meeting with the Redbirds of Illinois State, coached by Porter Moser, picked last, now tied for 5th place with SMS, and they're playing tonight. And Jim Letz's Bradley Braves all alone in 7th, 5-10 in the league, a half game better than Evansville, Drake, and Indiana State. Indeed, this is the 100th meeting between the two. Bradley holds the lead, 54-45. The Braves have won 3 of the last 5. sweeping the regular season series last year, only to lose in the Valley Tournament play-in game by 20 in St. Louis in the 7-10 game. The Braves won just their third game at Redbird Arena last year, and here at Carver they won 65-46. The first game played between the two this year, it was a good one. February 5th, Saturday afternoon. Redbirds came from behind to win 69-62. Bradley jumped to a quick lead and led at the break 30-27. Coach Stoll, they did a decent job on Lorenzo Gordon. He had only 6 points. But Trey Guidry and Vince Green combined for 44, 24 and 20. And Marcellus Somerville had 23, Ruff had 12, but that wasn't enough, and a big factor in that game was Brandon Heemskirk.
Brandon Heemskirk, Dave, I think it was 4 out of 6 the first half, as I recall, and I had about 6 rebounds. But you're right, we did a good job in there. The best player, Somerville, partially responsible for that. But they've got a couple of guys that really shoot bricks from the free throw line. They got Carwell at 39% and Dilligard at 31%, and both of them, the Dilligard's going to start, and Carwell hurt us some on the boards over there. And we don't have Heemskirk to neutralize them, so we've got to have some stronger play from our center, whoever it's going to be.
Brandon will not play again tonight. This broadcast is brought to you by Bradley University and JMP Media Group, LLC, solely for the entertainment of our listening audience. Any publication or rebroadcast without the direct consent of JMP Media Group, LLC or Bradley University is prohibited. Coach Stoll and I have been approved by Bradley University, the Redbirds, and the traveling red, of course, trimmed in black and white. They warm up right in front of us to our left. If you're watching at home and listening to us, we appreciate that. The Braves in the first half will move from left to right. Before we go on any more in this game, a couple of things. First of all, we lost a couple of dear friends this week. And we also, our hearts and prayers go out to the two families of the young ladies that were tragically killed from Dunlap this last week. We lost George Shadid Jr. earlier this week after a long bout with cancer. George was a wonderful young man that we knew very well, played baseball at Bradley and along with his brother Jimmy, and he will be missed at Carver Arena. And personally, I lost my colleague Rolly Keith, who I grew up in the business with years ago and was a dear friend, and we shared so many wonderful laughs and stories of each other's professional and personal lives. And I owe him a great deal and will miss him a great deal, and think of him often and remember him and his family in our prayers tonight. So I wanted to mention that before the announcement of the starting lineup. You're listening to Bradley Braves basketball on WMBD Peoria, Illinois. The officials for tonight's game. The referee looks to be John Higgins, and the umpires will be Vern Harris and Steve Skiles. Keys in the game, Coach.
Have them.
Sellis and Gordon scoring. Outscore their bench. They got a decent bench. They use a lot of factors, not necessarily scoring, but rebounders. They're pretty
they don't
deep.
have a lot of scoring coming up. Plank is about the best they got off the bench.
And more than 18 made free throws. Defensively, keep Guidry and Green under 29. Under 7 made three-point shots, and that's a Guidry thing, and Green. And single digits from their bench, and the magic number, Coach, I have as
71.
69. We're in the ballpark. Two other games tonight. Northern Iowa at Southern Illinois. Panthers a minute and a half in, lead 6-2. And Wichita State, losers of 3 in a row, lead 12-3 at 14-17 at Koch Arena against SMS. And now a moment of silence for George Shadid here at Carver Arena as both teams are lined up, free throw line extended. Tonight at halftime, by the way, there's the moment of silence for George Shadid Jr. At halftime tonight, the 1980 NCAA team and Missouri Valley Conference champions will be introduced to the crowd, and 3 representatives from that team, including Hassan Houston Jr., is at the game tonight to represent his father, who is in a hospital in California. Now, ladies and gentlemen, to honor America, please join us in our national anthem. There's so much red in the crowd tonight, it's like we've all been up for 3 days.
Dave, one guy you didn't mention, and we did a real good job on last year, our last game, was Greg Alexander, and you know he can hit the threes as well as Guidry and Green, too.
Two former Missouri Valley Conference basketball players and members of championship teams. Porter Moser in his second year, he came from Arkansas Little Rock, remember, with a mark of 27-28, trying to get to the 500 mark tonight. Fifth year overall, 81-62 with Chris Jans, Danielle Robinson, and Brian Baroni, Tony's youngest son. The Redbirds were 10-19 and last place in the Valley last year at 14 losses, 4 wins. They beat Bradley in the Valley tournament and lost to Northern Iowa there, but they're in the thick of it this time around. 17-9, 8-7, and you know their lineup. Trey Guidry, 6'2", 195, freshman, or a senior. Boy, they wish he was a freshman. Senior from Baton Rouge, Louisiana Central, 14.2. Where's 24? Lorenzo Gordon, 6'7", 245, junior from St. Louis Vashon, 17.4. Should be a first-team all-conference selection and newcomer of the year. Greg Dilligard in the middle. Doesn't shoot the free throws very well, 31%, but he's a board man, almost 5 a game. 6'8", 230, sophomore from LaBelle, Missouri. Highland High School, plays 27 minutes. He's number 50. 31%
is horrible, Dave. That's not very good. It's horrible.
It's just to the left of horrible. Greg Alexander, 6'4", he's from Lincoln, a senior, 7.3, a three-point specialist, 50 of 104, 48% from three. And Vince Green, fifth-year player, and he has been a real pain for the Braves. Had 29 a couple of years ago here. Loves to go left. You got to make him go right. Number 11, 32 minutes a game, 5'9", 165, senior from Brother Rice, the same high school as Rico Hill. Green, Alexander, Dilligard, Gordon, and Guidry. Jim Last, the head coach for the Bradley Braves, 39-46 in his third year with Al Biancalana, Lennox Forrester, Eric Bisher, Kyle Vogt. The managers are Ben Mooney, Antonio Johnson, Bo Doty. Honor student Joe Fulton and Pat Forrester. The trainer is Eric Redmond. The strength coach for the Braves and yours truly is Ronnie Wright. And the basketball secretary is Linda Rose. Ruff is out. Number 25-10, freshman from Peoria High, 6.4 and 3 rebounds a game. 120 assists, 64 turnovers. Tony Bennett, 6 foot, 170 junior from the house, Chicago Westinghouse and Pratt, Kansas Community College. 11.9 and 3.5 rebounds, plays 30 minutes a game and has been a little bit of a slump. Jeremy Crouch has been introduced, 6'5", 200-pounder from Pekin, 8.5 points, 2.3 rebounds a game. Patrick O'Brien, the 7-footer, 245, freshman from Blaine, Minnesota, 8.8 points, 7.2 boards, and he's blocked 57 shots. At 20 as a career high against Northern Iowa. That's where we'll be next time around on Saturday afternoon. And Marcellus Somerville. If the Braves were at all near the top, he'd be the player of the year. Still may. 18.1 points for the 6'7", 225 junior from Peoria High. 35 minutes per ball game. 7.3 boards. He had 28 against Lubbock Christian as his career high. Ruffin, Bennett, O'Brien, Somerville, and Crouch. 14, 15, 13, 5, and 20. The Braves and the Redbirds are ready to rock at Carver Arena. Well, we're not sold out, Coach, but we're close.
Yeah, we're close.
There aren't a whole lot of seats left at Carver Arena here tonight. So we'll see how quickly we see Boogie in this game. And fouls, of course, are going to play a big role.
And, you know, they've done a surprisingly good job of staying out of foul trouble and getting people fouled out. They've only lost 2 players to fouls all year, and with not having a very deep bench, they've substituted pretty well.
The one thing that they have had is foul trouble that has kept, like Gordon for spells on the bench.
Right, and we've had some of that ourselves.
And Guidry, who had, as Dick Ludke told us in the pregame show, had some foul troubles the other night. All right, the Redbirds in the first half will move from right to left, Bradley left to right. Unless you're watching on television, just flip it. Bradley and Illinois State meet for the 100th time. Dilligard will move in to jump against Patrick O'Brien. Remember, the Braves started quickly at Redbird Arena. And Jim Lest takes a look at the Bradley sideline, gives 5 to everybody, including KJ Kevin Jones. We always look at Guidry, keeps that hair cut pretty good. And we're ready to go. The ball will be tossed, and we'll get underway. And actually, it was tossed by Vern Harris, who's the referee, and it's back tipped, and Illinois State has it. Vince Green with it, looking to get a screen from Gordon and take it to the right. Now a lob to the goal. Dilligard layup and good.
Nice
That was
play.
right out of the huddle.
Nice play right off the bat.
On
That's
a back-
about all Dilligard can make is that layup.
Back screen lob.
1-2-2 trap here, Dave.
And it's 2-0 Illinois State, 20 seconds in. Ruffin gives to Tony Bennett, and this is Bradley's first offensive set. Man, there's a lot of red here tonight. Bennett with it, take it to the left, give to Ruffin, free throw line extended, lob inside is Patrick O'Brien, works against Gordon, skip pass is Bennett. Ball fake, didn't take. Ruff with it, 14-13 on the shot clock. Somerville touches it for the first time, gives OB, he's going to back in, turns, baseline left, missed it. Weak side rebound taken down by Vince Green. Here come the Redbirds across the timeline as O'Brien missed the first shot. Alexander looked for the dump-in pass, and now Green has it with Ruffin on him, raising a man-to-man. Here's Guidry up front. Tough assignment for Tony Bennett. Here's Gordon. Pull up 13-footer. Bounce it no good. Rebound is tipped out long into the hands of Bennett. Tony with a rebound and watches the lanes fill. Gives to Crouch. Back to Bennett. Tony, a ball fake. Goes around Guidry. Is stopped and double. Good help that time of the Redbirds. And now Crouch gives Somerville on the right. Sellis with it. Wants to go baseline and loses a minute. Now Bennett, 20 on the shot clock. Tony penetrates. Gives to Ruff. Inside O'Brien. Against Gordon. Turns. Hooks it. Missed. In and out. Rebound taken down by Gordon. 0 for 2, got good shot that time, just didn't go. Guidry with it, look for the lob inside, skip passes to Gordon. Now Alexander with it left. Looks and finds Guidry, his pull-up jumper for 3 is missed. Rebound O'Brien. Give to Ruff, here come the Braves, on the scoot. Crouch has got it on the left side, instead Ruff takes it all the way to the hole and rims it out. No good, but he's fouled to go to the line for a pair. At 18-21, the Braves try to tie the score and go to the free throw line with Daniel Ruffin, who is 21 of 27. And that computes to 78% from the line. Vince Green picks up the foul, his first. 18-21 to play. As Ruff goes to the free throw line, he's from Peoria High School, as you know, just like his teammate number 15, Marcellus Somerville.
I like to get Green out of the ball game. He's most of their speed, Dave.
Rimmed the free throw, no good. One more for Ruff. The Braves are 0-2 from the field and 0-1 from the line, and a chance to have the lead at 18-21 is up and good. And it's 2-1 Illinois State, and here let's see what Bradley does. Green with a basketball. Remember, he loves to go left.
This man-to-man pressure out front by Ruffin.
And he's across the timeline. Give to Guidry. Illinois State is 1 of 3 from the field, by the way. Green gives to Alexander, and Jeremy Crouch is on him. Guidry with it right in front of Jim Les. Get a screen from Gordon on a pick and roll. Now it's Green. The Braves recover nicely. Skip passes Alexander. He needs some time to get a shot. Here's Dilligard in and out of his hands. Shot clock reads 9, now 8. Green taps the head and wants to run a high post screen. Doesn't get it in time. Now Guidry, he pulls up a three-pointer, bounces no good. Rebound is Gordon. Back up and blocked by O'Brien. 58th block of the year. Braves on the scoop. Here comes Ruff. Looks left. Inside lob. Somerville, they double him. Tries to pass out of the post. To O'Brien, kaboom! What a great look.
Great look by Somerville. Right pass right on the money. Double teamed, but I don't know how he saw him. A great job by Somerville.
38th dunk of the year, first of the night, first due for OB. The ball was set down and finally picked up Guidry. 3-2 the Bradley lead. They're first at 17-17. With it, Green across the timeline with a right-hand dribble, and Ruff is on him. Illinois State's 1 of 5 early from the field. Here's Gordon, a bounce pass. Give Guidry. Takes it to the left, and Bennett has done a good job on Guidry thus far. Here's a drop-down pass, Dilligard. Inside against, the shot is missed against O'Brien, who tries to save and does. To Ruff, across the timeline, down the gut, bounce pass into Somerville. And a hook, and he's called for an offensive foul by John Higgins. Good
That's
call.
too bad, yeah. Nice pass, and Somerville with the right idea, but just led with that lead hand.
First foul, first team. No doubt about the call. First Bradley turnover. Illinois State 1 of 6 from the field. 0 of 2 from 3. 3-2 the Bradley lead at 16:46 of the first half. Here's Green with it across the timeline. Looks to go to the right. Gives to Gordon up front. Walk wasn't called. Inside out is Green. Looked at a penetration and free throw line jumper. You know he's a great free thrower. Rebound is taken off in the miss by Dilligard. They're now 1 of 6 from the field. And Boogie will come in the next dead ball. Lawrence Wright. New shot clock with 27. Here's Gordon running off a screen is Alexander, but fought through by Crouch. Here's a cross-court skip is Green. Drives against Ruffin. His shot is blocked by Ruff. Out to midcourt, Ruff. Give to Bennett, layup good.
That was a heck of a play set up by Ruffin.
5-2, first deuce for Bennett. Jim Les says, get up, let's get the crowd and the towels involved. Official time, next dead ball, 4 minutes in. Here, look for a back pass. Dilligard, now Alexander with it. Look at a post pass is given to Gordon. Types inside, ball's knocked away, out of bounds. Nice play by Tony Bennett. As he flashed across the passing lane, in comes Lawrence Wright. And the Braves have the ball in a 5-2 lead. Illinois State 1 of 8 from the field thus far. And the Braves have a 5-2 lead when we come back in a minute. They'll have possession. You're listening to Bradley Braves basketball on 1470 WMBD. Woo, Southern Illinois blowing out Northern Iowa. Wichita State blowing out Wichita. Turn my mic up. Down. What mic am I on? Okay, how about that? How about that? Better? Huh? Okay. Okay.
Wichita is just killing them.
They are killing them.
And Southern's killing them.
No surprise.
No, not really.
You know, if we'd have won that game at Evansville, Coach, we'd have had a chance to stay out of Friday. That was just a killer.
Well, that was the last of, several. The Creighton game here, the great game over there.
Okay. What again is your name? Make sure I get your name right. Dave Snell, Joe Stoll, Jim Watson. Mike Sable has the night off. We have Mike Burke set us up. And Tim Browning is with us. Glad to have you here, Tim. Bradley Braves basketball is brought to you by Paradise Hotel Casino, host of the halftime show. Visit the Paradise Island Buffet and add a steak and lobster to your meal on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Purchase a regular dinner buffet and add a succulent steak and lobster for only $6.99 more. All you can eat. An all-you-can-eat feast awaits you at Paradise Hotel Casino. And Bradley Braves basketball brought to you by Roto-Rooter of Peoria. Make your clogged drains go away. Call Roto-Rooter of Peoria, 685-0331. Coach, the numbers here.
Well, stats are all pretty even with the exception of shooting, Dave. They're 1 out of 8. They're shooting 13%. We're 2 out of 4.
Bennett looking at pressure. They have Khalif Ford into the game. He's 6'1", freshman from Diamond Bar, California. And
they're falling back in the zone 2-3.
Aniku is in, and Trey Guidry is out for Illinois State. With it is Ruffin. Look at a lob inside to O'Brien. He gets doubled and throws it away. Turned it over. Bradley's second, right into the hands of Alexander. Here's a layup by Gordon is good as he got back. 5-4 Illinois State. They get a stop. They get a score. Here's Ruff with it quickly at the other end. In his own, Coach.
Yeah,
2-3.
They were in the zone last time.
But now they've gone man-to-man.
Now they've gone man.
Bennett with it. Looks at Boogie. Going to drive all the way down. Bennett stops. 10-footer. Good. Well, he ran into two players and just stopped and fired it down. 5 minutes in. 7-4 is the Bradley lead. And here comes number 5, Khalif Ford. Across the timeline, Mike Rimbert's going to come into the next dead ball. O'Brien does not have a foul yet. With it is Alexander. Looks at Eneku. Down on the block. Lob is to Gordon. He gets doubled, throws out. And he really struggled to get it out. Here's Ford. Gordon inside. Shot is up and good over Boogie. Gordon has 4. 7-6. The Bradley lead is 1 again. That was a tough shot.
A little trap here now.
Somerville will come back for the Braves, who came out after the timeout. Here's Ruff. Looks to penetrate. Stops. Lob inside is O'Brien. Inside out. Great pass for a 3-ball. Is good by Jeremy Crouch.
Good pass is right.
JC for 3. 10-6. The Bradley lead is 4 at 14-14 of the first half. Khalif Ford beats Ruff at a half a step. Go and feed to Gordon, who asked for some help. And cutting through and beating the screen was Bennett. Lob inside Dilligard. 2-man game. Alexander 3-ball bounce it no good. Rebound is tipped and taken down by O'Brien. Kick it out and threw it away as he tried to hit Ruff on the move, and it's a turnover number 3 for the Braves. Unforced error. Rembert in for O'Brien. And Somerville comes in for Tony Bennett. Caldwell comes in. Ronnie Carwell, 6'10 freshman from Proviso East, and Neil Plank in for Illinois State. Gordon out, Dilligard out, Vince Green out, so it's Plank.
Guidry back in, Dave.
Carwell. Guidry is not in, is he, Coach?
24.
Oh, yeah, he's going to inbound. I didn't see him inbound. And Khalif Ford. Aniku doesn't do much when he's in there, does he, Coach?
No, really.
Averages 4 points a game, plays 14 minutes. 10-6, the Bradley lead. Illinois State with the basketball. Khalif Ford still has the left wrist taped, and Ruffin has him.
Carwell's only going to hurt you right at the basket. He can't shoot it.
Each team with only one team foul. Here's Aniku.
This guy can
Give
shoot
to Guidry all the way down. He goes into Rembert and flipped the shot up and missed, but he's fouled by Mike, and it'll be Guidry to the line for a pair. He's an 80%er.
Good drive.
62 of 78.
Didn't have much of a shot. Just kind of pitched it up and hope he get the foul, which he did.
A little bit later start tonight, 7:30 because of television, and it'll be Trey Guidry to the free throw line. This is the first attempt for the Redbirds. Bradley was 1 of 2 from Ruffin early in the game. You want to get to that free throw line. This is only the second team foul on Bradley. Guidry's free throw is missed. Long. Braves could still finish 6th in the Valley if they win out and Illinois State loses out. Both possible. Obviously, the Braves have to win tonight to keep that hope alive. Second free throw is good. 10-7, the Bradley lead over Illinois State at 13:42, and Ruff has the inbounds.
1-2-2 trapping him.
And it'll be Guidry along with Aniku to help out. Now the handoff is to Ruff, and he's across the timeline with 2 seconds to spare. Cross-court pass to Crouch. He has it on the right. Jeremy has a 3 ball in. And against the man-to-man, takes a look. Looks to the right. Going off a screen is Ruffin. Somerville hasn't scored yet, has he, Coach? With it, Ruff. Looks to go baseline. He gets hung, gives to Rembert. He's in the lane and walked. Well, he got in the lane and did the ollie shuffle. Bradley's 4th turnover. Vince Green in. Khalif Ford is out.
Somerville had a shot, Watts.
Somerville has not had a shot. Here comes Tony Bennett in for Ruffin. So this will put Crouch maybe at the point. We'll see. He's been bringing the ball down. He did a great job against pressure the other day, Jeremy did, at Western Kentucky. So a 3-ball ties the game, and Vince Green gives to Guidry, who had the last free throw. Got a high post screen. Rembert comes out and tries to get the ball out of Guidry's hands. Here's Plank. Pull up 17-footer is in and out and in. Neil Plank gets his first deuce. He didn't do much at normal. 10-9. It's a 1-point Bradley lead at 12:55.
Same press, 1-2-2
of the first half. And here is Crouch across the timeline. Looks at a double. The bounce pass is to Bennett. Tony has the ball tipped away and out of bounds. It'll go to the Braves sideline left. 26 on the shot clock, and a 10-9 Bradley lead at 12:45. Inbounds right in front of former Mayor Maloof. And Bennett has it out high left. Somerville gets a screen and has it up top of the key. He's going to take it into the lane. Stop, turn around 10-footer is good. His first deuce, his first shot. 12-9, Bradley leads by 3 again. 12.5 to play first. With it, Green on the scoot. Across the timeline, gives
Ruffin guarding Green. That's going to be a pretty tough chore for him.
Good roll to the basket by Rembert, who helped out. Green with it. Now Boogie tries to get out of his hands, runs into a moving screen. Moving screen, and that was an easy call on Ronnie Carwell, who is a big body. He's one of the few guys in the Valley that looks like a DePaul body, Coach. Remember those guys that they brought in?
Yeah, he is big. He sets some screens.
Lawrence right at the other end, hangs and fires toe on the left wing. All the way down for the layup, his first deuce. Bradley's biggest lead, 14-9. A lot of balance for the Braves here. Here's Green, looks at Guidry. Bradley is 6 of 8 from the field, by the way. Illinois State is 4 of 12. Plank with it. Come left is Green. Looks at Aniku to the left. Now Guidry. He hasn't had many open looks yet. Plank off a screen. Aniku pull-up jumper from 15, forced it, missed it. Rebound Somerville. And the Braves have a 5-point lead in the ball. We'll have an official time in the next dead ball. 11:40 to play first half. Crouch. Inside whip is made to Rembert. He falls out of bounds. 5th turnover.
That tripped a little bit that time. Didn't have much room on the baseline and just fell over Carlisle.
Gordon in, Dilligard in, Alexander in. And Bradley's 5th turnover with a 14-9 lead. Braves will play defense when we come back in a minute. You're listening to Bradley Braves basketball at 1470 WMBD. Okay, Courtney, you got an update? Okay. Boy, oh boy. Shockers must be mad, Coach.
I imagine they are. It shouldn't be.
largest margin of victory over the Redbirds? Was it A, 45, B, 50?
Are they at Southern Saturday?
Yeah.
They better be mad down there.
Stu, what do you think? C, 55. That is incorrect. Sorry, Stu. It was 50 points. B, so good effort, Stu. And the road front gets the $50 gift certificates. Pick them up from Brian. B, ISU.
Dave Snell, Joe Stoll, Jim Watson back at Carver Arena. Bradley Braves basketball brought to you by CDS Office Systems. Revolutionize your office with the new Konica Minolta Biz Hub from CDS Technologies. CDS, they connect people. And by Ford in your local Ford store. Home of the new 2005 Ford Freestyle and 500, built for the heartland, built for the road ahead. Bradley and Northern Iowa, the Andy Oreo and Braves Plus. Sully's Braves Plus Saturday at noon. Coach Watson and I will be from the Unidome, the beautiful Unidome in Cedar Falls, Iowa, for Bradley and Northern Iowa, who trail big tonight. In fact, both games are not close. 25-11, Southern Illinois over Northern Iowa in Carbondale with 7:41 to play in the half, and with 3:54 to go in the first half. 26-10 Wichita over SMS.
That was a big factor early. We played 8.5 minutes and no baskets out of Alexander, Green, and Guidry, the three best shooters. So a real good job on the guys we got to stop.
Green with it now. Guidry. The starters are there for Illinois State again. Here's a lob inside, and Dilligard's second field goal is good as he gets a layup off the glass.
And that's that fake screen, Dave. Instead of screen there and let him switch, where he fake screen and then cut right to the basket. And that's what he can make, the layup.
14-11. Bradley's lead is 3. And here comes Bennett across the timeline. Around 1, around 2. Penetrate and give a tough pass to Somerville, who throws to Crouch out front. Now it's Lawrence Wright. He's going to drop down pass inside on a posting. Somerville, great pass to O'Brien. Kaboom!
That's two he's got already, Dave. Just fine passes by a guy that's your leading scorer.
Second dunk of the night, 39th of the year.
Both set up by
16-11.
Somerville.
Somerville, an outstanding drop-down pass. Here's Guidry with it. 10:45 to play first half. Green a ball fake. They have Lawrence Wright on Vince Green. That's a good matchup there. Here's Lorenzo Gordon against Somerville.
If he
Skip
drives,
pass.
won't be much
Drop-down
of a matchup,
pass is
Dave.
knocked away by Bennett out of bounds. And roughing in for Crouch as Jim Les gives the rotation. I really like Lawrence Wright on Vince Green myself.
I'll tell you what, if you had to guard him, wouldn't like. We got Ruffin back on him right now.
16-11 the Bradley lead. Shot clock reads 13, now 12. Green with it. He loves to go left. He comes left. There's Alexander. Post pass inside is to Gordon. They double him. They give to Guidry, and Somerville fouled him as he got him off his feet.
And that's the second.
And is he going to give him 3 shots on the floor? 2 fouls on Somerville, so he's going to probably hit the bench here at 10:25 of the first half. And a head and shoulder fake got Somerville off his feet. And Jim is now looking at his options here. 10:25, new shot clock. Gordon with it. Now it's Alexander. And they'll reload. Bradley in a 2-3 zone here.
No, man-to-man.
Okay. Bennett trying to cut down the pass to Guidry. Offensive foul as Guidry pushes off. Third team foul for Illinois State. As Guidry picked it up, his first. Team third. Each team has 3. Third turnover for the Redbirds. J.J. Twy is in, and he will replace Somerville. And he's frustrated, but he did get, he went for the ball fake, Coach, and left his feet.
Yeah, but he shot the ball well, made 2 excellent passes for layups while he's in here.
So he comes out, we'll see for how long, with it roughing across the timeline. So J.J. Twy from Verona, Missouri is in. With it is Bennett. Get a high post screen from O'Brien. Nearly went to the, put his head down. Looked like one of the Clydesdales there. Here's an arching shot that hits the side of the board.
That's turnaround bad shot in the corner by Bennett.
Tony hit the side of the board on that one, 16-11. Bradley is now 7 of 10 from the field. 5 of 14 for Illinois State, 36%. 0 of 3 from 3. And here comes Green across the timeline with 9:50 to play in the half. Bradley 16, Illinois State 11. With it, free throw line extended on the right. They have Dana Ford in. He's number 31. Here's Dilligard, layup good and fouled.
The same play, and that time was Wright that fouled him down. The fake screen cut the basket. Lawrence got behind him.
Lawrence Wright's first, 4th team. This will send Dilligard to the line, so get ready to rebound. He's 22 of 71, 31%. At one time, I think he missed 20 in a row this year. He has 6 of the ISU 13 points, trying to cut it to a 2-point Bradley lead. Free throws up and missed it. Rebound is Lawrence Wright. And here comes Bennett quickly across the timeline. And gives to Ruffin. Now Wright takes it in the lane as there's an off-balance shot that's missed, and a rebound over the top foul is going to be called on O'Brien by Steve Skiles. That was a wild shot by Boogie, and that set up the foul over the back by O'Brien. His first and a 15. Illinois State down 3 now. The Braves are stuck on 16 here with 9:28 to play in the half.
Taking a couple of bad shots.
Here is Dana Ford. Now it's Dilligard, who scored more points than you would expect. Alexander.
All layups, Dave.
Now Ford takes it into the lane.
Nice
Nice drop down pass. And the layup is blocked by Lawrence Wright. He blocks Gordon. To J.J. Twy. Now to Ruffin. Ruff with it. Takes a look inside Lawrence Wright. In and out of his hands. Loses. And they dive for the ball out of bounds. It'll be the Braves basketball. With 27 on the shot clock and 9:03 to play first half. Bradley 16, Illinois State 13. You're listening to Bradley Braves basketball on WMBD Peoria, Illinois, just after 8 o'clock. Sideline left is J.J. Twy. Porter Mosier calls out the defensive set. This is going to be still a man-to-man, I think. We'll see. I'm not sure what they want to, I think, Gordon to tuck in his shirt. And he does. Here's Ruffin on the inbounds. Gives to Lawrence Wright. Between the rings with it. Lob inside out pass from O'Brien. Now a skip inside Bennett from O'Brien. Turns baseline. Flip it up and get it around Gordon.
Nice move that time by Patrick.
6 points for O'Brien. And the Bradley lead is 5 again. 18-13. The Braves have 8 and 12 from the field. Dana Ford. I don't think he's going to shoot it. Alexander will, though. 3-ball left corner. Missed it. Rebound O'Brien. And that for Pat is rebound number 4.
Chance to get her biggest lead.
With it is Ruff. Now O'Brien up high. Looks at Boogie down the gun and hands it off to him. Between the legs, there's J.J. Twy. Inside O'Brien. Going to back in again against Dilligard. Stops. Turns. Hooks. Good!
He's got 8.
They're going to work to the big guy. 20-13. Bradley's biggest lead. Jim Les says get everybody up. 8:07 to play in the first half. Green, Alexander, and Bennett's on him. Look and get a high post screen from Gordon on a pick and roll, but doesn't get it in time. Good recovery defensively in a rotation. With it is Dilligard. Now back to Gordon inside from Alexander. Vince Green a ball fake. Shot clock reads 10. Now 9, 8. Pull-up jumper for 3. Green is bouncing up over the top and out of bounds on official time. Braves 20, Illinois State 13. They are 6 of 18, Illinois State from the field. And back comes Ronnie Carwell as the Braves have possession and a 7-point lead. When we come back in a minute, Guidry is back. And Khalif Ford is back for Illinois State. You're listening to Bradley Braves basketball at 1470 WMBD. I tell you, he gets that hook shot in the lane down. That you can't stop that.
Well, Somerville made him a couple nice passes, too.
Yeah, Courtney, go ahead. Okay. Woo! Well, I think those games are over.
Yep, they're both at home, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah. 0 of 5 from 3. Dave Snell, Joe Stoll, Jim Watson back at Carver Arena. Want to know why the Braves are ahead? Alexander 0 of 2. Green 0 of 3. Guidry 0 of 2. 0 of 5 from 3. Bradley Braves basketball is brought to you by Illinois American Water. Proud to provide you with quality water service. And by Heritage Bank. You have a son or daughter between 8 and 12. You can register them to be an honorary ball boy or ball girl for the Drake game at any Heritage Bank location. Winners will be notified and announced prior to each home game. Coach, Braves shooting it awfully well, and if you add a hook shot in the lane to the repertoire of Patrick O'Brien, you've got something.
Well, you go 9 for 13 from the field, Dave, and then shut down their guards as we have, as you mentioned, they're 0 for 7 right now. Bradley playing very well at both ends of the floor.
It's J.J. Twy along with O'Brien, Wright, Bennett, and Ruffin for Bradley. 7:42 to play in the first half. Bradley 20, Illinois State 13. And here's Bennett, gets the pass from O'Brien. Lob to the goal. Kaboom! It's Lawrence Wright throwing it down off the break.
Well executed by Bennett that time.
22-13, the Braves lead is 9, their biggest. At 7:25, Alexander with it. Now Guidry. Khalif Ford. Put it on the floor once with the left hand. Now give to Guidry. 7:17 to play in the half. Guidry pull-up jumper inside the arc. Bounce is no good. Rebound is tipped out of bounds. Last touch by the Redbirds. Two Braves were there, and the halftime scores, by the way, the other Valley scores, big leads. Southern Illinois 40, Northern Iowa 25, SMS 37, or Wichita 37, SMS 17. Here the Braves lead by 9, could go double digits here. With it is J.J. Twy. Kick it back out to Bennett. Tony operating against a 2-3 zone here. With it is Wright. Now to Bennett. Now left is Ruffin. Look at posting Lawrence Wright, who turns a 10-footer and bounces it, missed. And a rebound taken down by the Redbirds. Khalif Ford across the timeline is Alexander. Now Carwell with it. He's 51, and he's back in the game.
He's not going to shoot anywhere out there.
This is not their best scoring team in the game. Here's a back cut. Guidry knocked away by J.J. Twy out of bounds as he covered up on the back cut.
Right, you got
21 on the shot clock, 6:33 in the half.
Good job of covering up that time by J.J.
The Braves have 3 dunks tonight, Coach, and they're all been great passes. Inbound left is Khalif Ford. Looks for Guidry. And now Dilligard gives to Trey Guidry, one of the best guards in the Missouri Valley Conference. Transferred from North Carolina State. Wants to give a screen. And J.J. Twy gets a reach. No doubt about that. 16 foul on the Braves. First on J.J. Reload the shot clock at 6:23. Here comes Vince Green back.
Yeah, that puts them in the bonus from here on out. And they got
Plank is in. Plank in for Dilligard. So it's Green, Plank, Alexander, Carwell, and Trey Guidry. As long as Gordon's on the bench, Coach, that's a pretty good deal, don't you think?
I like to have him and Guidry on the bench, either one of them, or both.
Green with it between the rings against Ruff. The count was on by John Higgins, now taken off. Shot clock reads 25. Here's Alexander. He's bodied up by, and there's a steal by Ruffin, who steps across the man and all the way down. Lay it up and get it.
Another good defensive play by Daniel, set up the basket.
24-13, timeout. Redbirds, 6:04 to play. This is their first half, 30-second timeout, and the Bradley defense has been great. 24-13, an 11-point lead with 6:04 to play. Bradley Braves basketball is brought to you by State Farm and your State Farm agents. Don't trust anyone. See Roger Fegley, Lou Johnston, or Dick Tulane for all of your insurance needs. And Bradley basketball brought to you by Schnucks and Schnucks Markets. Proud sponsors of Bradley women's basketball on 1470 WMBD. Listen to the next game tomorrow night, 6:30, against the Creighton Blue Jays from Robertson Fieldhouse with Ed Hammond and my broadcast partner, Joe Stoll. Boy, that was a tough loss the other day, Coach.
Yeah, it really was a good basketball game. It's too bad we had to lose. And we got Creighton coming in with one of the better teams in the Valley tomorrow night.
And here comes Alexander. He can run the baseline and does. Gordon is back in the game. And Green across the timeline against pressure. 6 minutes to go in the half. Bradley 24, Illinois State 13. With it is Green between the legs. Takes a look and backs up. Now the bounce pass is to Guidry. Up in front is Green, directing traffic. There's Gordon. He's been on the bench for a while. Look for the handoff. Now look for the pass. Green with it left. Dump down is to Guidry. Turns baseline. Stopped. Tough shot. Up, missed. Rebound is O'Brien. And I think he's held by Gordon. That's 4 team fouls on the Redbirds, and the Braves will have possession again. Possession arrow belongs to Bradley, by the way. 5:39 to play in the first half. That was the first foul on Gordon. I think that's a
trap.
They did call the foul on Gordon, didn't they? Don't have it up on the board yet. With it is J.J. Twy. Now it's Ruffin. Ruff with it, and he looks at the 2-3 zone. I wonder if we'll see Crouch here very soon. Ruff with it. Woo! J.J. Twy almost didn't look. Inside pass is Lawrence Wright, up and before the shot, on the floor. And there's going to be an elbow called, and it's on Alexander, so the basket did go, but it does not count. 5:20 to play in the half, and that is team foul number 5 on the Redbirds, and they do finally put the foul up on the board for Gordon. The count is 2, and J.J. Twy almost had the ball tipped by Plank. Off a screen is Bennett. Inside is Lawrence Wright. Inside out, J.J. 3 ball is up, and rim no good. Bennett weak side board good. It's doubled up, 26-13 at 9:07 of the first half.
Bennett hits the weak side board pretty well.
Guidry with it,
No
two-man game with Plank. Here's Gordon inside. Alexander's 3, that's up. That's their first three-point shot hit. 26-16. Braves 13-point lead cut to 10. Alexander got a good look. With it is Ruffin. Ruff get a screen from O'Brien. Give to Bennett. 3-ball Tony. Sing to me, Tony! Right wing. He's got 9. 29-16. You get 3, we'll get 3. Crowd back in it again. 29-16. 13-point lead again. Gordon dumped down inside. Good help shot. Blocked by O'Brien. Snap between the legs and out of bounds. Last touch by the Braves. Crouch will come in with 4:30 to play. And O'Brien is just, as we saw at the beginning of the year, Coach, a real factor inside, intimidating that time.
Well, on both ends of the floor, Dave. Good offensive game, and he's been blocking shots, and not only blocking them, but he's influenced others as well.
Crouch in for J.J. Twy, 21 on the shot clock. Remember, Somerville is out with 2 fouls. Here's Alexander. Now Green. He's got it on the left against Ruffin. Alexander hit the 3 ball, wants to set a screen on Crouch. Instead, he gets one from Gordon. Green with it, taps his head. Look at a high post screen. Good switch. And now back. They try to reverse. Here's Guidry. Forced a 3. Bounced it up over the top and out of bounds. And Guidry is really frustrated.
Well, he's only got 1 free throw, Dave, and having to work real hard for a shot. He's a good player, but we've done a good job on him.
Aneku is back in for Illinois State. Guidry has just been a torture chamber, Coach, for the Braves last year, beginning with that tournament game, and then earlier this year.
He's liable to light it up any time. I'm glad to see him on the bench, even though he hadn't scored.
29-16, 13-point Bradley lead. There's a half-court run and jump press, and it's broken. Right, now to Ruffin. Crouch, open, 3-ball JC. Short rebound, Lawrence, right out of nowhere, pulls it and gets a new possession. And Ruffin against a 2-3 zone. Ruff going to drive. Inside pass in and out of the hands of Lawrence Wright, and a turnover for the Braves. With 3:50 to play in the half, Bradley 6 turnover.
Yeah, it was a tough pass to handle. Daniel didn't really have anything that time.
Dana Ford in for Illinois State. 3:50 to play in the half. Bradley. 2 blocks, by the way, tonight for Patrick O'Brien. That's 59 on the season. 3:50 to play in the half. Bradley's playing D when we come back, leading 29-16 over Illinois State. You're listening to Bradley Braves basketball on 1470 WMBD. Thirteen to 5. Playing awfully well, aren't we?
Yeah, both ends, Dave.
Oh, this Bradley team, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. The doctor is in the house tonight. Bradley Braves basketball brought to you by the Unland Companies. Take the hassle out of buying insurance with one call. They're in the white and yellow pages. The Unland Companies, where it's about you. And by your participating Allstate agents. And we'll get to those in just a little bit.
Well, a good game both ends of the floor again tonight by Bradley, Dave. And everybody participating. That's what makes you a feel-good team when you're out there on the team and you're playing together like that. Some great passes by Somerville, one by Daniel Ruffin, You're playing well at the offensive end, and defensively they're just not getting the thing. They still got 1 3 by their 3 good shooters, 1 basket by their 3 good shooters.
They're 1 of 7 for 3. That was Alexander. They're 7 of 23, 30%. Rebounds are 16 to 8, Bradley. And the inbounds pass forward is made to Vince Green, and Ruff will retreat and sprint back with 3:45 to play.
Looks like they fall back in the 2-3 zone this time.
Guidry is out of the game, by the way.
It's a good reason to do it.
Dana Ford looks at Aniku, and he's got it. Free throw line extended on the right. To Green in the corner. Now bring it to the wing. Look at a post pass. Inside is Dilligard. He's not going to do anything from there. Here's a Ford who almost walked. They got both Fords in. Here's an inside-out pass. It's thrown from Gordon to Bennett. On the steal, 5th turnover. Tony inside out. Ruff it. Now inside is O'Brien. He's cross-body blocked by Aniku.
Dave, that's a good time to go to a zone. They've got the good shooters, with the exception of Green on the bench. It's a good time to go in the zone. The other players are not very good outside shooters.
Foul is on Dana Ford, his first. Here's Alexander coming in. 16 foul. So the Braves shoot 1 and bonus the rest of the way. And let's see, Boogie is going to inbound this. You know, the Braves have thrown this lob to the basket to O'Brien. Let's see, I don't know if this is the play because Lawrence is a trigger man. With it is Crouch. Lawrence posts up high in the lane, and getting out is O'Brien. 3:10 to play in the half. With it is Bennett. They're in a zone, and that means Crouch is going to be open here in a second. He's at the head of the zone. Nice inside entry pass. O'Brien turn around, bounce it, no good. Lawrence right the rebound, put back up, miss foul. He'll go to the line for a pair with 3 minutes to go in the first half. Look who's out of the box. And the official is warning Porter Moser to stay in that box, or I'll ring you up with 3 minutes to play in the half. Free throw time for Lawrence Wright. He has 4 points. This is only Bradley's 3rd and 4th trip to the line. This will be 2 here for Lawrence Wright, who is a 66%er. He shot 100. He's made 66. Imagine that. 4 points for 22. Career high came in that win over Wichita. 26. Free throw is good.
He's
30
been
to
shooting his
16.
free throws better lately, Dave. He's getting the line quite a little. For someone that's, has had limited playing time, he's been at the line quite a little this year.
He has 3 boards and 5 points. Now 6, 31 to 16. The Bradley lead is 15. And coming out is Dilligard. Coming out is Aniku. It's Gordon, Guidry, Plank, Green, and Alexander who'll inbound. So they have the starters in with the exception of Plank, who's in for Dilligard. 31-16. Remember, the Braves had the possession arrow.
We're back man-to-man now.
With it is Green across the timeline against Ruff, who's played pretty well against Green in both games thus far. Guidry with it. Free throw line extended to the right. Get a pick and roll or look for a pick. Now looks to penetrate. Gives it back to Green. A screen from Gordon on a pick and roll, and he doesn't get it back. With it is Green. 14-13 on the shot clock. Plank. A ball fake. Gives to Alexander. Good Bradley defense again. 9 on the shot clock. Plank just inside the arch. Misses. Rebound is put back by Guidry. Miss. Rebound is taken down this time. O'Brien. Look for the guard. Give it to Ruff. 2:25 to play in the half. There's Bennett. Tony with it. Skip pass is thrown cross court to Crouch. His layup hangs, fires, missed. Rebound is O'Brien. Back up and in.
Another basket, another rebound.
It's 33 to 16.
10 for Bryant.
With it is Plank. 7 of 25 for the Redbirds. That'll get you beat every day of the week. 2:02 to play in the half. 33-16 Bradley's lead. Plank with it. Don't foul him, Boogie. He got a hand in. With it is Green. Free throw line extended to the right. Guidry throws the ball away. Taken away by Bennett. Tony with it. Going to drive to the hoop, and he's fouled going in. He'll go to the line for a pair, or 1 in bonus, because they fouled him early. Boy, this is quite a performance here in the first half.
Now we have quick
is
hands,
in, and he
quick
places
hands on
Guidry.
defense, Dave. We're intimidating shots around the basket. Just playing well at both ends of the floor.
They're picking up right where they left off in the second half against Wichita, Coach. If you'd have seen this game, folks, last week, a week ago in Evansville, you wouldn't think it was the same in the same hemisphere. Bennett has 9, tries double figures 10. I told Dan Diori he was going to have a game tonight. Free throw good. 34 to 16. The Braves have more than doubled him here. 1:49 to play in the half. So it's a first half blowout, but we got 20 minutes left, and they are capable. One more for TB. That's up and that's good. Bennett has 11 first half points. He's got 11. And 10 for O'Brien. 35 Bradley. 16 Illinois State. 1:40 to play in the half as Vince Green directs the traffic. Count was on by Ruffin, now taken off. With it is Green. Now it's Gordon. Free throw line extended to the right. He's a little frustrated here. Aniku, now it's Green. Up top is Plank. Now Alexander with 1:25 to go. 10 on the shot clock. Green with 9. Taps his head with 8. Now 7. Plank sets a screen. Now it's Alexander. Lean in shot for 3. Line drive. Missed it badly. Rebound taken down Bennett. Runs into front court. The Braves have speed. They have a 3. It's Jeremy. Missed. And a rebound taken down by Gordon. Kick it out now. Green with 1:05 to go. Across the timeline and gives to Alexander. Inside passes Gordon. His shot is up and in against Patrick O'Brien.
Nice
Timeout
move
Jim
by
West
Gordon.
with 59.1. Gordon has 6. 35-18. Boy, if Jeremy would have hit that 3, coach, this place would have been lit up like nitro.
Well, the crowd's been in it, and one reason they have been, Dave, we've been playing so well both ends of the floor.
58%, 14 of 24 for the Braves, 8 of 27, 30% for Illinois State. Bradley Braves basketball is brought to you by Allstate and your participating Allstate agents who bring you the good hands play of the game. Call James Roberts on Glen and Peoria or Chuck Hubert on Sheridan Road in Peoria. And by Bishop, Mraz, and Barnes Chiropractic. Call for the next Sharon Care Day at 686-8400. Bishop, Mraz, Barnes Chiropractic, the trusted name in chiropractic.
One good hand play already, Dave, at midcourt. Ruffin making a steal and the layup.
Well, you want to finish this half strong, don't you? The Braves have had a
Well, you'd
tendency
like
not
to.
do that.
I don't know if Jim could easily go with a 2 for 1 if he wants to.
Somerville went out, by the way, at 10:08 with a 16-11 lead, and the Braves have really pushed this with the 2 fouls. Here's Crouch. Looks and gives to Ruff across the timeline with 4 to spare. Bennett with it. 48 seconds to go in the half, so we're coming around 35. Here's Bennett. Pull-up jumper for 3 is short. Rebound taken down by the Redbirds. The Braves will have 7 seconds difference, so Jim was playing a 2 for 1 there. With it is Vince Green across the timeline. See if the Braves can get a stop and a score before the end of halftime. You don't want to give up a 3 here. With it is Aniku. Bring it to the right. Oh, there's the 3, Vince Green. Missed. Rebound is tipped, and Crouch has it. 24
Plenty
seconds.
of time.
Cross-court passes to Ruffin. His 3-ball left is good! 38-18. It's a 20-point lead. 6 for Ruff. 13 seconds to go in the half. With it across the timeline is Green. Between the legs, Gilligard going to set a high post screen with 5. Now with 4. Now with 3. They double with 2. Alexander not going to get a shot. Flipped it up wild. Good. And they're going to count it.
Yeah, I'd count it, Dave. You don't like it, but it counted.
Yeah, he threw that one off balance.
He did.
For only their, their second 3 of the half.
And he's got both of them.
And so the halftime score, did they put it up on the board, Coach?
Haven't yet.
Well, that's because Ruffin, didn't Ruff hit the 3 and then they just matched the 3 to make it 30. I think it should be 38-21. They're going to check the before they.
They're going to check it, but
I thought it counted.
Yeah, I did too. I thought I saw it, Dave. It would be 38. But what a half, anyhow. Yeah,
it's either going to be 20 or 17, the halftime lead for the Bradley Braves over Illinois State. The Paradise Hotel Casino halftime report is coming up. Wow, what a good first 20 minutes for the home team. Back in a minute, you're listening to Bradley Braves basketball at 1470 WMBD.
Basket is good.
38-21, yeah. Okay. Go ahead, Courtney. Yep. Okay. Okay. Okay.
What's Dilligard got, Dave?
Dilligard has 6 points.
6 points. Thank you.
3 of 4 and 0 of 1.
Yeah, you shut out Green. Guidry's got a free throw, and they had to throw the damn thing in when the gun went off, and he was off balance. Tough shot.
Welcome, everybody, to the Paradise Hotel Casino halftime report. At Paradise, visit the Paradise Island Buffet and add a steak and lobster to your meal on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Purchase their regular dinner buffet and add a succulent steak and lobster for only $6.99 more. An all-you-can-eat feast awaits you at Paradise Hotel Casino. I know my mom and dad are listening tonight, Coach. My mom had to go in for a little checkup of the ticker. Everything is fine, and we're glad.
Well, that's good. I'm sure they'll be listening in, Dave.
Oh, they don't miss it. They don't miss a minute, and they, I'm sure, are pleasantly happy that the Braves are having a 17-point lead here tonight. You got the statistics, Coach, brought to you by Rainer Door.
Right. We'll start with Marcellus Somerville. And Dave, you're right. We had about a 3 to 5 point lead when he went out, but he was a factor even in. You know, he made a basket, made 2 great passes for dunks for Patrick O'Brien. Picked up a second foul, and they really were able to pick up with Lawrence Wright coming off the bench, and really played well after that. Marcellus with a basket for 2. Lawrence Wright with 2 baskets. It was 2 out of 2 from the line for Wright for a total of 6. Patrick O'Brien had 5 baskets for 10. Tony Bennett had 4 baskets, was 2 out of 2 from the line. One of his baskets was 3, 11 points to lead Bradley in scoring. Daniel Ruffin had 2 baskets. One of those was 3. Daniel split 2 free throws. He got 6. Jeremy Crouch with a basket for 3. Bradley 5 of 6 from the free throw line.
Coach, there was DePaul, and there was Wichita, and there was Pepperdine, and there was Northern Iowa, and then there was Evansville and Drake and Indiana State. This team is just indicative of what you have with so many young players on the roster. They're going to be brilliant at times, and other times they're going to be mystifying, but we've seen the brilliance here tonight.
Well, we have. I'm not so sure this, you know, we've said this several times before. This may be the best half we've seen all year. Well, this may be the best half we've seen all year. No, defensively and offensively both, and with everybody contributing in. We just got to get to play to get a little more together, and, you know, when we get on the road. It's always a little bit tougher, but, you know, it's something you've got to do, and hopefully we can start that up at Northern Iowa.
Coach has got the numbers coming up here for the Redbirds, and we'll remind you that our next broadcast is from the Unidome in Cedar Falls. Andy Diorio and Sully's Braves Plus will be at high noon, and then we'll be at the Unidome, the spacious Unidome, Coach, with that cat that always stands in front of us, and we try to throw pins at it to get it out of the way.
Well, I think they got the new building underway, don't they?
Yes, they do,
It
Coach.
was always going to be underway, but we were up there before, but I think it may be underway now. We'll start with Gordon, Dave. He has 3 baskets for 6 points. He had a couple of blocks by Patrick O'Brien, but he shows a little bit here tonight what he has done in many games already this year against other teams. We did a good job on him over there, and actually pretty good here tonight. He has a total of 3 baskets for 6. Greg Alexander had 2 baskets for a total of 6. One of those was a 3 when the gun went off at halftime. Greg Dilligard has 3 baskets, all on layups at the basket. Missed his only free throw attempt. Vince Green has not scored. Trey Guidry has split 2 free throws. He has a point. And Neil Plank with 1 basket for 2. They are 1 out of 3 from the free throw line. And today we've just played well on offense, played well on defense, and everybody participating.
Coach, photo op. Your granddaughter's over here. This is a live photo op on the air as the Braves and Illinois State are at halftime 38-21. In a very short period of time, we are going to have the recognition, and I think there's a video. In fact, I got some video from one of my past shows in years gone by of the 1980 NCAA team. Coach, you remember that one? That was Third Kill and Anderson and Reese and Eric Duhart and Hassan Houston, of course, and Rick Malnati was on that team. Gus Mason was there. Eddie Matthews, who's going to be speaking on behalf of the team. That was very special. And for those of you who do not know the story of Hassan Houston, his son is going to represent him. Hassan is in a hospital in Northern California, and he had a heart attack and was deprived of oxygen for about 45 minutes and cannot speak. He has some recognition of people, but certainly it's a miracle that he's still alive, but he's got a long way to go.
A long time ago, hasn't it, Dave?
Last summer, Coach.
Yeah, it's just very unfortunate.
Hassan was Actually, he was an intern of mine back in the television days.
Outspoken young man, easygoing.
Well, he taught me Rapper's Delight, Coach. I know you don't know what that is, but he could really do it.
Well, he could do it, but could you do it, Dave? That was the toucher.
Well, he said, Dave, if I can teach somebody from Pekin Rapid Delight, I know that I'm a good teacher. And he went on to play actually for a short time in the preseason with the Chicago Bears. That's what kind of an athlete he was out of University City in St. Louis, where he transferred from, and was just a real star for Bradley. In and out of the classroom, he was a very good student and an outstanding player, and our prayers are still for Hassan that some miracle can happen for him where he can return to the wonderful, literate, great father and leader. He was a coach of his son's AAU team when he was stricken in suburban Las Vegas.
Dave,
Coach, you got the numbers there.
You look at these stats. Brian has 6 rebounds. We've out rebound 21 to 11. They're 9 for 25 in the field. They're shooting 31%. They're shooting 20% for 3-point range, and they're 1 out of 3 from the free throw line. We've out rebound 21 to 11. Bradley 15 out of 26 in the field, 3 out of 6 in 3-point range. We're 5 out of 6 in the free throw line. Only 6 turnovers to go along with it, Dave. I think probably the second. I think we had 5 turnovers, maybe against Wichita, but we're shooting 58% from the field, 50 at the 3-point range, 83 from the free throw line, and that doesn't even show what we've done defensively. So Tony Benton with 3 steals, 3 out of 4 for Bradley. They only have 1 steal in the ball game.
The only turnover that Ruff had in the first half, Coach, was that one where he tried the outlet pass to half court that he couldn't make connection.
Right. Well, I tell you, when you only got 6, you can live with that. And when you're shooting like that and rebounding like that, the leading rebounders were Bryant with 6. Somerville only got 8 minutes of playing time in the ball game. He had 2 assists while he was in there, made his only shot, and you can recall both his assists, Dave. He was double teamed, made the pass to Bryant, run to the basket for a dunk.
51 to 35, Southern Illinois with 13-10 to play leads at home against Northern Iowa, and it's Wichita 42 and SMS 26 with 15.5 to play. Guidry, Vince Green, and Greg Alexander totaled a total of 7 points in the first half.
But you got Green and Guidry, Dave, 0 for 10 from the field, and that's a good job defensively. And then Alexander hit 1 good 3, and then, of course, he made the other one when the gun went off at halftime.
We'll be back on the Paradise Hotel Casino halftime report on WMBD, Peoria, Illinois.
At this time, direct your attention to the video display for a look back at the 79-80 season, which will include Larry Crouch, Jeremy Crouch's dad, being dunked on by Mitchell Anderson.
Those are some awful stats. both those guys are going to be 8-8, but somebody's got to win that game. So let somebody's got to lose it too.
Welcome back, everybody, in the Paradise Hotel Casino halftime report. The 1979 80 Bradley Braves have been honored here at halftime. That was my first year doing play-by-play, Coach. That was quite a ways to go. First year in an NCAA trip, kind of got spoiled, and you recruited a lot of the players that were on that team. Harold McMath. Wow, was Harold tough?
Harold liked to play defense, Dave. He could guard anybody between 5'10" and 6'10" and enjoy doing it. And yeah, it was a pleasure to have Harold. Had a lot of good players there. It was a good team, and they made the most of their opportunities.
Rick Malnati, who's the coach at New Trier. Rick's brought a team down here. He coached Abba Koita, a former Brave.
He's got Townsend now that's starting at Marquette, and of course he had the kid that played real well for Stanford last year.
It's 38-21, the halftime score here at Carver Arena. The Bradley Braves over Illinois State. Brandon Heemskirk down there giving 5 to his teammates. Brandon still not ready to play. They're not going to play him until he's pain-free. He's been riding a bike, and there's Sam Singh in the sling down there, and he's looking forward to next season as well. Everybody's back on this team. They have to learn how to win on the road, and that's always a difficult thing. They have one more opportunity, and that'll be Saturday afternoon when they play Northern Iowa. They still got a half left here, and I'm sure Porter Mosier, coach, is challenging his team to compete because they were beaten to just about every punch in the first half. Didn't pick up many loose balls. They were frustrated. I think the Bradley defense had just quite a lot to do with that.
No question about that, Dave. We played very well, and of course they have played well on the road too. And we're both going on the road again. You know, we're just Northern Iowa. We're going down to that tournament. We can put a couple games together, even if we don't. You're starting new down there in the tournament. You get a play like you have here tonight at both ends of the floor. Why, you can do some damage down there.
Bradley will have possession to open up the second half after shooting Here come the Redbirds back on the floor. 58% in the first half. Second half, as we call the action, we're side opposite the camera. Bradley moves in the second half from right to left to right if you are watching at home. Illinois with 9 minutes to go in the second half. Coach, guess how big their lead is over Northwestern? And I'll give you an error margin of 15.
Oh, gee whiz. Gee whiz, is that cat? Well,
9 minutes to go.
9 minutes to go. I'd just go with 17.
They lead by 39.
39. Well, I missed by
just that much.
39.
Looks like you can dial up number 28, can't you?
I thought Northwestern would probably slow it down a little more than that. But
well, they've slowed down, but the Illini haven't.
Yeah,
they are fun to watch, aren't they?
They are, but they're so quick. They put so much pressure on you all the time. You got 3 guards, playing out there, and then you got Powell, who's quick, and the big guy down there, the left-handed kid. So they've got a lot going for them.
And so do the Braves, who lead 38-21. That's our Paradise Hotel Casino halftime report. Coach Stoll, Watson, and I will be back in a minute. You're listening to Bradley Braves basketball on 1470 WMBD. What's that? You got one more than I got, I'll tell you that. What's that? Make sure I get it. I got the sniffles tonight. What is the coach going to use for the postgame? We're back. I know Hassan Houston Jr. is going to come up here in a little bit and talk with his coach during the course of the second half. So we'll look forward to talking to Hop Jr. here in a couple minutes. Bradley will have possession, and Somerville's back in the game.
And David, Somerville's not the player of the year. I'll bet he's second to Brooks. I think they'll be 1-2.
Well, they should be, and the only reason that Somerville won't be is because Brooks is going to be on the championship team. And you really can't argue with that.
Brooks has had a good year. He's a solid player all the way around. Defensively, steals, scoring. He's a very good player, but they both are.
Let's see how the Braves start the second half. They had 3 dunks in the first half, and it's Ruffin, Crouch, O'Brien, Somerville, and Tony Bennett, who gets the pass at the high post. Off a screen, Somerville oops in the lane, doesn't get. O'Brien better get out of the lane. He was in there a while. Ruffin with it on the right. Post pass, Somerville, turnaround 10-footer is good. His second field goal. They posted him up. Coach, turnaround jumper went down. He's 2 of 2 from the field, has 4, and the Bradley lead is 19. Their biggest lead was 20, and then that 3 ball came at the end of the half. With it is Gordon. Back cut all the way down. Guidry has a ball pop on him, and a steal by Bennett. 7th turnover. Tony with it, takes a look. Now gives to Crouch. Looks left, comes left. Somerville posting inside O'Brien. He's not deep enough, and a hold going to be called on Dilligard as he held on Somerville going through. First foul on Dilligard at 19-20. So this is what you want to have happen. You want to score in your first possession and get a stop. And here comes the inbound left. Jeremy Crouch to see if there's a lob. Actually, there was a put. Yeah, it is. That's a lob to O'Brien. Takes a look. Gives back to Crouch. 2-man game? No. Bennett as they run the triangle. And now give to Ruffin. And Ruff will, in the motion offense, give inside O'Brien. He's going to turn and hook it, and he's pushed. Gordon, his second team, 1907. Ooh, tricking to the 1 and bonus here early in the second half. 2 fouls in 53 seconds. Now Somerville will inbound. Is he going to lob to O'Brien? Yes. He's got a yellow on the right and gives to Crouch. Going through the lane is Bennett. Somerville a ball fake. Pull-up jumper, off balance, 17, missed. Rebound taken down is Alexander. He pushed off on Bennett, wasn't called. And with it is Vince Green. Look and give to Guidry. Dump down pass is to Gordon, and they double him with Somerville, who rotates back. Here's a three ball. Is Alexander in and out? Rebound Somerville. Gives to Ruff. Across the timeline left. Free throw line extended. Has it knocked away Green. It's out of bounds. Other scores here. Southern Illinois now only by 12 over Northern Iowa, 57-45. 8 minutes to go. 8 minutes to go, 54-38. Wichita over SMS. 18 and a half to go here. We're going to talk to Hassan Houston Jr. here in a sec. With it is Bennett. Tony goes left. Now goes to the baseline. Almost stepped out of bounds, but didn't, and then bounces the ball off of Guidry out of bounds. We get this mic here, and we will talk when we get a chance to Hassan Houston Jr. It'll be inbounded by Ruffin on the left baseline. The count is 2 off a screen. There's a bad pass. Ruff. He threw it right into Green. At the other end is Guidry. Ball knocked away and picked up by Green. 14-footer good.
First basket for Green.
Off the turnover, sets everybody down. 40-23. The Bradley lead is 17. A minute and 55 seconds into the second half. Crouch with it. Looks up top, gives to Bennett. Now it's Ruffin right. Dump down in a corner is to Somerville, who takes it all the way to the basket with a left-hand leaner, misses, and Alexander the rebound. Give to Green. Across the timeline, here come the Birds with 17:50 to play. Bradley 40, Illinois State 23. Gordon wants to give to Green, and Ruff fights through the screen. Now it's Green, loves to go left, gives it up top Dilligard. They can sag way off on him. Guidry with it. He hasn't got a field goal yet. Off a screen is Alexander. A dribble and a setup for Green, who drives in the lane. Inside out pass is made to Gordon, whose layup is in. Good feed and penetration by Green. Second straight field goal, 8 points for Gordon. And now it's back to 15. So the Bradley 20-point lead has been shaved by 5 at 17-15. Here's Ruff in the other end. Shot is blocked by Dilligard.
Pinned it on the board.
On the board, and here comes Green across the timeline. So Illinois State on a little bit of a scoot here. Here's a pull-up three by Green. That's good. Just to the left is straight away, and here they come back, 40-28, 3 minutes into the second half. So the Bradley 20-point lead is down to 12. Here's Ruffin. Patience, patience, patience. Here's a lob and a hold on Gordon as he held on O'Brien going in.
That's his third quick one.
Hassan Houston Jr., his third. Welcome to Peoria for your first time, Hassan, and I'm glad you're here to represent your father.
I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Tell me about your basketball career.
I'm actually a redshirt junior this year, sitting out. I transferred back home from a school in Minnesota last year. I'm back home at California State, Monterey Bay now. Hopefully to play my senior season there and have a good year.
Crouch turnaround pass is to Somerville, who missed the hook shot. A rebound Dilligard. And Illinois State could get under double digits with a three ball. Here's Green. Carwell, who's in the game, calls for the ball. He's in for Gordon, who has the 3 fouls. Guidry with it, 16:35 to play. Bradley 40. They're stuck on a number here. Illinois State 28 after the initial score of the second half. Guidry with it. Now it's Green. Takes a dribble to the baseline. Nice pass inside. Good hands, and a layup is missed. But Carwell will go to the line. That's the good news for Illinois State. The bad news is he is 5 of 13 from the free throw line on the season, 39%. Tell me about your father and what he is able to do, and is he responsive at all? And tell the folks out there who care about him and pray for him all the time.
Well, first of all, he appreciates everyone's support, and he's, a big fan of Bradley and just loves everybody that's been supportive of him so far. What he can do now is not that much, but it's more than what he was told that he would ever be able to do again. And he's able to communicate a little bit with us with blinking for yes and no. When we talk to him, he tries to lean forward, and he wants to interact, but it's hard for him. His muscles really aren't there.
Carwell makes 1 of 2 on the free throw. He made the first, missed the second. It's 40-29. We're talking to Hassan Houston Jr. With it is Ruffin. Now to Crouch. Bray's been stuck on 40 for a little bit. Here's a turnaround jumper. Somerville, that's short. Rebound taken down Guidry. Here come the Redbirds on the scoot across the timeline. A 3 ball, and Jim will call timeout, I would imagine. 15:59, we'll have an official time to the next set. Ball steal, picked up by Ruffin, and now Green. 3 ball, Guidry, look out. Missed. Weak side rebound, Bennett. Tony on the scoot, across the timeline. Gives to Ruff, ahead of the pack. Hangs, fires, inside out. Crouch, 3 ball missed. Rebound taken down, push. His back is up and good by O'Brien. Ooh, he was close to getting it over the top, but he got it in. 52-49. Crouch missed the 3, and the Braves get off 42. 15 and a half to go. Ball knocked away by Bennett, and here's your official time. So your father is in what hospital, and how can they get in touch with him, Hassan?
He's right now located in Meridian, a Care Meridian facility in Gilroy, California. He's planning on coming home soon. The best way to get in touch with him or anybody in our family is a website that's been dedicated to him, made by his parents. It's HassanHouston.com, www.HassanHouston.com.
You know the legacy of your father. You know what a great athlete and a wonderful person he was. Give him a hug for us when you go back, and come back and visit us from time to time too. Yeah. You are part of his legacy, and you'll always be a part of us.
Love coming out to Bradley. I like the team, man.
Okay. Thank you, Hassan.
Thank you for having me.
Best to your mom as well.
Thank you very
Hassan
much.
Houston Jr. Back in a minute. You're listening to Bradley Braves Basketball on 1470 WMBD. Thanks. All right. Good to see you. God bless you.
I think Patrick probably was on his back when that went down there. Yeah. Yeah, we needed that. That's
12 points, 8 boards.
Yeah, they're 3 of 5 second half. We're 2-8.
Alexander gives to Green, 15:26 to play in the ball game. Bradley 42, Illinois State 29. Here's a handoff of Green as Ford is in the game. Dana Ford, number 31. They have Carwell in as well, and Plank, and Vince Green, who's got it now. The count was on a minute 7, 6 on the shot clock, now 5. High post screen with 4. Here's Green, pull up shot, tough shot, inside the arc. That was a toughie as he got it inside. 42-31, back to an 11-point Bradley lead. The biggest has been 20.
They don't have much offense on the floor right now.
Here's Ruffin now. Crouch gives back to Ruff. Looks at O'Brien at the high post. Gives to Bennett. A ball fake. Tony inside pass all alone. Kaboom! O'Brien! On a nice feed by Bennett. 4th dunk of the night. 14 points for number 13. 44-31, back to a 13-point lead. Dana Ford get a screen from Carwell. Going to drive down the lane, penetrate and kick. Tough pass for Vince Green to pull down. He got it on the left wing. Posting and throwing it away as Neil Plank tried to post up Somerville. In comes Dilligard. In comes Khalif Ford. K-A-L-I-F. Turnover number 8 for the Redbirds. Somerville out at 14-27. Bradley's lead is 13. Illinois State making their run here, trying to get back in it.
Somerville's still in, Dave.
Oh, he is. I thought he was coming to the bench. Nope. Ruff and Crouch. O'Brien still the Bradley starters on the floor. 14-23. Ruff gives with 4 seconds to give it up to Crouch, and now across the timeline. Ruffin with it. Looks to go between the rings and beats Khalif Ford easily. Drop down pass inside O'Brien. Hooker rims it no good. Rebound taken down by Khalif Ford. And he's across the timeline. They got both Fords in there, Khalif and Dana. And Alexander has it out high now. Hands off to Ford.
Leaking a little gas, I think, in the Fords. They need more scoring
They
in
get
there.
Green out of there. He makes everything happen for them. Khalif Ford, as Ruff tries to stay on him, look for the entry pass. Alexander, a ball fake. Drive is Plank. Alexander from long range 3. Bounce it no good. Rebound taken down Somerville. Looks at the outlet pass and gives to Ruffin. 13:44 to play. Bradley 44, Illinois State 31. With it Somerville. Now Bennett. Tony looks at a posting O'Brien. Looks at Crouch and now comes left. Goes down the lane, pull up, drop down passes O'Brien, and he bounces it off the head of Dilligard out of bounds with 18 on the shot clock. Here comes Guidry at 13:31. Guidry is 0 of 7 from the field and 0 of 4 from 3, and Alexander is out.
But he can line it up anytime, Dave.
Watch the lob to the basket here. Here's Ruffin to inbound on the Aron Braves left. Crouch was open a minute, give to Somerville, takes it into the lane, and he's held on the floor. Team foul number 4 on the Redbirds. Lawrence Wright's going to come in at 13:29 to go. Khalif Ford picks it up. Bradley only one team foul in the second half, 4 on the Redbirds. And Somerville will inbound. Tony Bennett comes out, takes a seat, lob to O'Brien. Give to Crouch. Looks down the gut, makes a bad pass. Somerville tries to go get. Ball is tipped in the backcourt, and Crouch goes and get it. It's clean. With 25 on the shot clock, he's across the timeline. With it is Crouch. Gives to Ruff. Look inside. Gilligard was all over O'Brien. Here's a 3-ball by Somerville. Is good from straight away. He's got 7. 37 or 47-31. The lead back up to 16. Khalif Ford. Give to Guidry. J.J. Twy will come in and next dead ball. With a Dilligard. Now to Guidry. Still hasn't hit a field goal, has he? Look for a high post screen from Dilligard, who steps back and gets. Post passes to Plank. Puts it down and now gives to Guidry. It pops on him. Go to the corner. They double him. Cross court nicely. Inside is Dilligard. He's stopped by O'Brien, who missed a shot. He missed a shot. Loose to the floor. Picked up by Ford. Layup is good. And a foul. I think a 3-point opportunity for Illinois State here. Count the goal. J.J. Twy is in. Somerville picks up his 3rd foul. 12:37 to play. So Somerville hit the 3-point play on the outside shot, and now it's Dana Ford having a chance to get the 3-pointer the hard way at 12:37 to play for the ball game. It's Bradley 47 and Illinois State 33. The Braves led at the break 38-21. They've scored 12 and maybe 13 points here in the second half. Bradley has scored 9. Free throw by Ford is missed. Rebound O'Brien, that's number 9.
20%, he's 1 out of 5.
On his way to a double-double, 12.5 to play. Here come the Braves with Ruffin, who's due to get a rest here in a second. With it, O'Brien, top of the key. They sag off of him about 14 feet, so he fires a free throw line jumper in. Bounced twice, went down. 14 points, 9 rebounds.
16, Dave.
16 now, that's right. With it is Guidry. They've done a masterful job on him. Bradley 49, Illinois State 33, coming up on the official time at 12 minutes. Khalif Ford watches Dana Ford go to the wing on the left. Somerville with 3 fouls has to trail him. And almost a walk, and Guidry pulls up a 3-ball and get his first field goal of the night. 49-36, back to a 13-point game. Ruffin across the timeline. Bradley's lead, and there's a foul on Dana Ford, and that is team foul number 5. Bradley with a new shot clock and 11:51 to play when we come back in a minute. You're listening to Bradley Rays basketball on WMBD Peoria, Illinois.
Here's the final score in the Big Ten. Final score, Northwestern 48, Illinois 84.
Yeah, I wonder if they covered. 36. Oh, it's a little Braves race. No. Would be now. Gordon. Dave Snell, Joe Stoll, and Jim Watson, along with Tim Browning, subbing tonight for Mike Sable. You see Mike Wild and his son Evan down in the front row next to Nancy and Marshall Lipkin. Bradley Braves basketball is brought to you by the Country Insurance and Financial Agents of the game. Tonight they're Roger Holstrom in Peoria. Gary Miller and mine here are Tom Kelly in Princeville. And Bradley basketball brought to you by Methodist Hospital. We've been there last couple of days and wonderful patient care for my mom. Methodist, the first Illinois hospital south of Chicago to earn the Magnet Award for Best Patient Care. Coach, the latest numbers there have the Braves from the field still over 50%, 53.
Yeah, 53 and 4 out of 8 from 3-point range. Haven't shot a free throw this half. We're still 5 out of 6. They're shooting a little bit better, Dave. They're shooting they're shooting at 40% the second half. They still only knocked off 4 points in 8 minutes. And it looked like they are playing better the second half. They beat Illinois State.
Ruffin,
they're in a
right.
2-3 zone this time, Dave.
O'Brien Twy and Somerville, who's got it free throw line extended on the right now. Ruff has it up high right, now come between the rings. Twy with it. JJ looked to penetrate, throws to Somerville, look for a dump in pass and does to O'Brien. He's going to feel a double. He's going to back in, turn around, Hooker, missed it. Rebound is tipped, and Vince Green comes away with it. He's across the timeline. Give to Guidry, who just hit his first three ball, takes it in the lane, drop down pass and a foul before the shot. On the floor, is it Somerville?
Only our third foul.
Yep, Somerville is fourth. So he's going to come out, and Bennett will come in with 11:23 to play. So Somerville, who has 7 points, has not been much of a factor because of the foul bug here. Sellis has fouled out of 3 games this year, and we won't see him for a while.
Well, he hadn't had much playing time. He's a factor while he's in there, Dave. He got 5 the second half and played well the first half. But
Gordon hands off to Guidry for a
fouls.
3 ball. That's up and missed. Weak side rebound is Lawrence Wright. Pulls and looks for Ruffin and gives it to Ruff, who hasn't had a blow here in the second half. Give to J.J. Twy. J.J.'s going to take it into the lane. His shot is blocked in and out of his hands, and last touch for the Redbirds. J.J. really had nowhere to go on that one and was fortunate that it was tipped out of bounds. With 11:06 to play, Bradley 49, Illinois State 36. The magic number tonight, first team 269. The Braves are 20 away. With 11:06 to play, inbound right. Look at Twy. Look off the screen is Lawrence Wright. And now he finally gets it. Look at a dump into O'Brien. It's Lawrence going to take it to the rack. All the way down. Has it blocked and fouled. Dilligard. 2 free throws coming up on the 6th. Team foul for Illinois State. Lawrence Wright, who has 6, will go to the line. He's 2 of 2. And the Braves are 5 of 6. The Redbirds are 2 of 6 from the free throw line, by the way.
And Bradley's in the bonus for now. 11 minutes to go.
That's a good deal. 6 points for Lawrence Wright. 2 of 2 from the line. Dilligard's second foul. I like to see he and Carwell in the game, coach, because of the free throw situations. Free throw boogie is good.
About
Here
all they
comes
can do is
Alexander.
screen and shoot layups, Dave. Both of them. They are strong players, but neither one to score.
Back to 14. Dana Ford is out, and Alexander is in. So they have their starting lineup back on the floor. At 11:02, Bradley 50, Illinois State 36. 7 points for Lawrence Wright, and 8 as he makes the second. He's got a string of free throws in a row here.
Yes, he does. And Patrick O'Brien, Dave, is I think 14 out of 15 coming in this game.
He's a rebound away from a double-double. Here's Green. Bradley 51, Illinois State 36. Guidry with it. Free throw line extended to the left. Looking at a screen from Gilligard. Now he does get one from Gordon. Ball knocked away by O'Brien a half second. Now Green looks to the left, comes to the left. Guidry. Good weak side help by O'Brien. Last tip by Lawrence right out of bounds. Shot clock reads 15. 10:41 to play. Bradley 51, Illinois State 36. Alexander inbound left. The Braves are in a 2-3 zone. With it is Gordon. He's been kept in check. Mike Rembert will come into the next dead ball for O'Brien. Here's Guidry, threw it away, and there's a hold on O'Brien. That's a good call. As they tried an entry pass Guidry. Second foul on OB at 10:34. Reload the shot clock. That'll get him out of the game, and Rembert is in. O'Brien 8 of 13 from the field and 9 rebounds, 1 assist, and inbound time for the Redbirds at 10:34. And they'll inbound, and Steve Skiles will hand the ball to Alexander. They like to run a play for Alexander, who inbounds this. He'll go to one of the corners. Here, give to Gordon inside out. Green, a forced 3 is up, missed. Rebound is flat-footed, taken down by Dilligard, as Rembert was a little slow getting there. With it is Alexander. Penetrate and out pass. Got a man in the air. Pull-up jumper. Guidry is missed. And he's fouled by Lawrence Wright. But it was inside the arc, thank goodness. At 10:18, crowd didn't like it much. But they say it was on the floor. 22 push. 2 shots. Guidry. Oh, no. They weren't really sure. Who's on? Lawrence Wright got it. His second. 10:18. That is on Bradley, their 15th foul. And Guidry goes to the line. He's 1 of 2. He has 4 points. He got a 3 ball in earlier. His free throw is good. Back to a 14-point game. Bradley 51, Illinois State 37. One more for 24. Trey Guidry. That's up, and that's good. You wouldn't expect him to ever miss, would you, Coach?
No, he missed one in the first half. He's a fine shooter.
Rough in the inbounds pass.
1-2-2 on the full court again.
Bradley up by 13. 51 Bradley, 38 Illinois State. Here's Ruffin with it between the rings as they break pressure. Rembert helped out. Lawrence Wright with it. He's on the left wing. J.J. Twy off a screen. Going to penetrate all the way down. Stops, gives to Ruffin. Ball fake. Look to go to the baseline and stop. Cross court skip is right. Lawrence Wright, 3-ball left. Good! Just give him 3 more.
He's got 11.
Double figures, 54-36. The Bradley lead is 16 with 9:44 to go. Green, Guidry. Free throw line extended on the left. Gordon comes out to set a screen on J.J. Twy. Alexander. His pull-up jumper forced from 3 is an air ball. Rebound taken down Gordon. Nice drop-down pass. Dilligard for the slam dunk.
Nice pass for your big man, Dave.
54-40. Bradley's lead is 14. With it, Ruffin. Lawrence Wright gives to J.J. Twy. Now to Rembert. Mike in the lane. Inside out Bennett. Ball fake for a 3. Back to Boog. Layup is missed. Rebound Rembert on the floor. Digs it out. And it's taken away by Alexander, but he's on the line at 9:12 to play. Braves will have it with 19 on the shot clock that was not reloaded. Crouch is in for Bradley. O'Brien is in for Bradley. 9:12 to go. Here comes Carwell. Here comes Aniku back in. Rembert out. J.J. Twy out. I don't think Ruff has had a blow here in the second half. Do you?
I don't believe he has. I think they got Gordon out now
Blank.
and Alexander both.
Blank for Dilligard. Khalif Ford for Green.
And Green. They just took out their offense.
They have Guidry.
With the exception of
This is
Guidry.
not a very good offensive lineup. Here's a lob to Bennett from Crouch. Bennett, a post pass inside is O'Brien. Looks, he's going to hook it up. Got a man in the air. No, takes a look, gives to Crouch. Jeremy's 3-ball up short. Rebound taken down by Ford, and it is taken away by Bennett. Kaboom!
That's his
A big play.
5th steal of the game, of the game for Bennett.
56-40. Bradley's 5th dunk tonight. 16-point lead with 8:42 to play.
13 for Bennett.
Tony playing well. With it, Khalif Ford. Now Guidry. Fans are waving the towels again. Guidry down the lane. Lean in 13-footer is good. With 8.5 to play, Bradley 56, Illinois State 42. Ruffin, Crouch. Jeremy in the backcourt. 5 to make it up, 4 to make it up. He goes around 1, around 2, all the way down. His layup is blocked by Dilligard. To Ford. Outlet pass is thrown away. As Guidry couldn't get control. Gives to Lawrence Wright. Layup up and good! And foul on the play. 13 points for Lawrence Wright with 8:10 to play. 58-42. Here comes Green back in. Out comes Khalif Ford. We got a long time to go, and the Braves are at 58. Lawrence Wright has 13. Gordon will come in. Lawrence Wright is 4 of 4 from the field. He has 4 rebounds and 13 points. Carwell is out. Gordon in. Gordon Plank in the 1 spots right and left with O'Brien and Bennett right next to him. Then you have Aniku and Guidry. Free throws good. 59-42, back to a 17-point lead. So the Braves are right where they were at halftime. We'll have an official time in the next dead ball, 8:04 to play. Green with it. Now Aniku, free throw line extended to the left, and Crouch has him. Look at Guidry run the baseline. Now Green. They post Gordon on the other side if they can reverse it. Ball's knocked away by Ruffin. Steal by Ruff. Timeout by Ruff, I think. Or is it a held ball? We'll have an official time. This will go to Illinois State when we come back, so the Braves will get the next arrow. Playing D, leading by 17, 59-42 over Illinois State, 7:49 to play. Back in a minute, you're listening to Bradley Race Basketball on 1470 WMBD. Should just about have a final, Courtney, on those other ones. You should just about have a final on those other games.
The 14s were right off the bench, Dave.
He's really something, isn't he? What is it? How many seconds? Okay.
Thank you.
With how many left? Okay.
Northern Iowa get close?
Yeah.
Huh.
Dave Snell, Joe Stolen, Jim Watson, along with Tim Browning with us tonight. With 6 seconds to go, Southern Illinois 75-69 over Northern Iowa. They came back, but they're going to fall short. And with 27 seconds left, SMS came back a little bit on Wichita, but the Shockers lead 69-59, so it looks like all three home teams are going to win. And that sets up a meeting Saturday night as Southern Illinois will play Wichita State. And, Coach, if the Salukis win that, they will be, for the fourth straight time, the Missouri Valley Conference champions.
Yeah, and if they do beat Wichita, Wichita's falling farther back out being a lock on that NCAA, Dave.
Bradley Braves basketball is brought to you by Heritage Bank. If you have a son or daughter between the ages of 8 and 12, register them to be an honorary ball boy or ball girl at any Heritage Bank location. Winners will be notified and announced prior to each home game. We have one more home game. It's next Monday night. Marcus Pollard will be here to go in the Hall of Fame.
Illinois State 8 out of 15 in the second half, shooting 53%, Dave. They got their overall percentage up to 39%.
You have a new shot. Well, they have 15 on the shot clock. 7:49 to play. Bradley 59, Illinois State 42. With it, Green. Aniku with it. Lob inside. Knocked away by Rembert and stolen away by Lawrence Wright. To Bennett on the 11th turnover. Bennett with it. Pull-up jumper from 12. That's rimming no good. Lawrence Wright gets the rebound. He's back up, flipped it up, and get it! Oh,
He's something around the basket.
15 points for Boogie. 61-42, back to a 19-point lead. Biggest was 20. With it is Green. Guidry. And crouches on him. They're trying to post Gordon. They've done a good job on him. Plank three, ball missed. Rebound long. Somerville is back in the game with 4 fouls. Braves try to go up by more than 20. And a throwaway by Bennett as he tried to hit Lawrence Wright on the fly.
Yeah, didn't have a chance on that one.
8th turnover for the Braves. Dilligard in. Alexander in with 7:10 to go.
8's not many.
Plank is out. So they get, let's see.
They got Guidry out now, too.
They do. Aniku is going to inbound to Green. Now everybody comes back. Guidry is out. Count is 2, and the inbounds pass is to Dilligard. And he needs a guard desperately, and the hands to Alexander, gives to Green. 7:03 to play as he crosses the timeline with a right-hand dribble. Aniku with it, free throw line extended on the right. Gets a screen from Dilligard and goes to the free throw line for a 15-footer. Is missed badly. Rebound is taken down Gordon. He's fouled by O'Brien, I think. That'll be 16 fouls on the Braves. We'll see if it's on the floor. Yep. 3rd foul on O'Brien, who still is stuck on 9 rebounds. Needs one more for a double-double. He's got 16 points and 9 boards. Inbound right is Alexander. Looks at Gordon in the deep corner and throws a pass to Dilligard. And they reverse to Aniku. Now with it is Dilligard. Look for the pass and gives Alexander. 28 on the shot clock. Green with it. Ooh, he had Dilligard downstairs. Didn't see him. With it, Aniku go to the baseline. He tried to go between his legs and kicks it out of bounds. It'll be the Braves ball and a turnover number 12 for Illinois State with 6:38 to go. This is looking pretty good, isn't it, Coach? Timeout taken by Porter Mosier. And this will be a 30-second timeout, but it will be a 1-minute timeout because it is the first called of the second half. We have these final scores. Southern Illinois 76 and Northern Iowa, Bradley's next opponent, 69. That in Carbondale, the Salukis go to 13-3. And Wichita State, the Shockers 72, SMS 61. That is a final as well. So SMS is 8-8. If the Braves hold on here, Illinois State will be 8-8. A game behind 4th place Creighton, and it could be that the Illinois State and SMS will play for 5th and 6th, but the Braves can keep winning and Illinois State continues to lose. They could still avoid playing on Saturday in St. Louis. Bradley Braves basketball is brought to you by Allstate and your participating Allstate agents who bring you the good hands play of the game. Call Brian Burwell on Glen or Terry Vaughn in Junction City in Peoria. And Bradley basketball brought to you by Kelleher's Irish Pub and Eatery. Great place to eat. 100,000 welcomes await you before and after every Bradley game in State and Water Street in Peoria's riverfront. When you enter Kelleher's, you're Irish. Bradley and Northern Iowa from the Unidome on Saturday afternoon. Coach Stoll, Jim Watson, and I will be on hand from Cedar Falls, Iowa.
Dave, we can continue to play like this. We can beat anybody on a given night. This is one of those given nights. Now, if we could go up and win at Northern Iowa and then come back and beat Drake, we could really have a little momentum going into the tournament down there in St. Louis.
Illinois won tonight 84-48, that's all. Only by 36.
They're a very good team.
We got a long way to go here. Our magic number was the first team to 69.
We may not get there, but I know one thing, Illinois State's not going to.
I think we got maybe enough now, Coach.
Yeah.
But we got some time to play. Illinois State made a run, but the Braves have answered. Somerville will inbound it. Somerville, Ruffin, Bennett, O'Brien, and Lawrence Wright, who's in for Crouch. And there's a lob on the inbounds is O'Brien. And he passes out of it to Somerville. Nice look across the timeline. Beat the trap. Somerville gives to Ruffin, who's played a marvelous floor game. With it is Bennett. Free throw line extended on the left. He takes a look. The Braves can be a little patient now. 20 on the shot clock. Backing up as Bennett wants to go one-on-one on Dilligard. That's a mismatch, and Tony was fouled on the play. Dilligard got him to the free throw line with 2 free throws. Comes number 5. Dilligard on the 18 foul picks it up his 3rd. So Tony will go to the line. He is 2 of 2. The Braves are 8 of 9 from the line. The Redbirds are only 4 of 8. And here comes Tony. He's got 5 as the jersey and 1 as a free throw right there.
When you have Ford shooting 20%, Carwell shooting 39, and Dilligard shooting 31, Dave, there's a chance aren't real good at the free throw line.
14 points, going for 15. That's good. Biggest lead, Coach, 63-42. So ISU made their run, and now they're running out of money. With it is Green. Comes to the left and gives to Alexander. A screen for Guidry. Good help initially by O'Brien. And now it's Dilligard with it. It's Green. Brazen a 2-3. Inside turning and kicking back out for a Guidry 3. That looks good, is good. 3 ball is Guidry.
Too little, too late.
63-45. Bradley's lead is down to 18. Bennett with it and gives it to Ruffin with 5:47 to play.
10 for Guidry in the second half.
Ruff backs up. He's up high left. Going to go on Green. Get a screen from Somerville. A nice screen. Give to Bennett. That was a bug splatterer there. With it is Wright. 16:15 on the shot clock, and Guidry holds Lawrence Wright, who goes in with a left-handed dunk, but it'll be free throw time for Lawrence Wright, who's getting close to 20. 3rd foul on Guidry. And they're trading now. That's a 19 foul. And Lawrence Wright to the free throw line. See Dina Williams of the Bradley women again tomorrow night. They'll be playing at home against the Creighton Blue Jays. We'll have the broadcast here. Joe Stoll and Ed Hammond. 5 of 5 for the line. Short. And Dilligard gets the rebound. So Lawrence holds at 16. Bradley 63, Illinois State 45. The lead is 18. Here comes Alexander with it. Free throw line extended on the right. Give to Dilligard. He's going to back in against Lawrence Wright. Skip pass on a 3 ball is Guidry. Up, miss. Rebound Dilligard and a push. Lawrence Wright, I think.
Dilligard goes to the basket pretty well. He can't shoot, but he gets the ball.
Oh, they're going to go the other way. Dilligard's 4th. He was the one who pushed. Watson, I saw that the same way. He thought that was going to be on the Braves. And it'll be Lawrence, make it O'Brien, or no, it's Lawrence Wright back to the line. So he'll have another chance to get points number 17 and 18 because this is 2 from here on out. Well, the Birds are between that rock and hard place, Coach, now because they're going to have to foul. And it's going to be 2. Wright's free throw is missed, so he's missed 2 in a row. 63-45. The Braves are 10 of 13 from the line. I tell you what, if he misses this, he's probably going to rebound it. But I don't think he's going to miss this one. He's short. So he's missed 3 in a row now. Dilligard gets the rebound, and now Vince Green. Bradley 63, Illinois State 45. Still 18 points. Biggest lead was 21. With it is Dilligard. Looking a down screen, and Green comes out. Looks to the right. Guidry runs off a screen. Free throw line extended to the right. They look to double him. Takes it into the lane. Ball is kicked with 16 on the shot clock by O'Brien, so they'll reload it. Coach, I think on the next miss, O'Brien's going to get his 10th rebound to get that double-double.
Well, I'm for that. He's had a good ball game tonight.
Inbound time, Alexander left. Gives it to Gordon, who's been very quiet. 3 ball is green, good, left corner. 63-48, back to a 15-point Bradley lead, 6 points in a row for the Redbirds. Here's Lawrence Wright.
Green and Guidry each with 10 points in the second half.
Bennett with it. Lob inside is O'Brien. He needs to get deeper. He's going to go in, scoop up the shot. Good around Gordon. 18 points for O'Brien, 2 within his career high. 4.5 to play. Bradley 65, Illinois State 48. And on the rotation, Green, as O'Brien comes out to help behind the back, now gives it to Gordon. Look at an inside pass as they post Lawrence Wright against Dilligard. Out front is Alexander. Free throw line extended. Dump in pass is Gordon against O'Brien. Scoop in the lane. Ball is taken away by Bennett from behind. On a steal. Braves running 3-on-2. Tony bounce pass Ruffin. Gives to teammate Somerville. Pull up 10-footer is good.
Nice pass.
Good unselfish play. 67-48. 9 for Somerville. We'll have an official time in the next dead ball. The Braves are 2 within that magic number, which was 69. Green with it, 3:50 to play. Beats Ruff a half a step. Now gives to Guidry a ball fake, goes to the baseline, and he's fouled by Bennett before the shot. This will be 1 and bonus time coming up for Illinois State. When we come back in a minute, there's only 3:45 left, and Bradley leads 67-48 over Illinois State. Back in a minute, you're listening to Bradley Braves basketball on 1470 WMBD. This is a pretty good butt whipping, Coach.
Pardon?
Just a pretty good butt whipping we're giving there.
Oh, I guess. They got each got 10 in the second half, but only got 1 between them in the first. When the game was over, they got them. They're good players, though.
Yeah, let's see who we got here. We got OB. What's that? Okay. Dave Snell, Joe Stoll, Jim Watson, and Tim Browning back at Carver Arena. Bradley Braves basketball is brought to you by Heritage Bank. If you have a son or daughter between 8 and 12, register them to be an honorary ball boy or ball girl at the Drake game at any Heritage Bank location. Winners will be notified and announced prior to that game on Monday night against the Bulldogs. It's the last game. Phil Gilbert up on the scoreboard. Philip works out with the Bradley team and in the weight room with Ronnie Wright trying to, and there's Marcello Robinson up on the board as well, trying to strengthen his knee and play overseas.
Dave, Michael Rembert hasn't got much playing time tonight, but the reason is, O'Brien has played so well, and the same thing is true of Jeremy Crouch. Both Crouch and Rembert played well in their last ball game, but Wright getting back in the ball game, he played very well, and O'Brien's played well all night also.
Tony Bennett has 6 steals, Coach. That's quite a night.
Well, it is, and in addition to his scoring, Dave, he's had a good ball game.
So Guidry will go to the line with
hasn't?
a 1 in bonus. Bradley 67, Illinois State 48. And Guidry's first of a 1 is short. And the rebound taken down Somerville. Gives to Crouch with 3:40 to play. The Braves are going to win their 13th game of the season and go to 6-10 in the league. And Crouch is fouled by Guidry, and that's 4. And this is where you want Jeremy, although he's not been there enough this year, but you could pretty much dial him up when he goes there. He's 21 of 29, 72%, and he's even better than that.
Yes, he is.
Watts is going down to get our post-game guest, and we're going to talk to OB and Tony Bennett. It'll be the Tony Bennett show again. Crouch to the line. Jeremy has 3 and a 3-ball and a free throw that's good. Gordon in, and Alexander's in. Well, our magic number has been perfect on the season, Coach. And Bradley needed to get to 69 first tonight. And with Jeremy Crouch at the free throw line with 68, it looks pretty good. Free throw by Crouch is in and out.
Yeah, who'd have bet
Well,
on
you know,
that? I wouldn't.
68 to 48 with 3.5 to play. Green with it. The handoff is to Guidry. Bounce passes to Dilligard, and now Guidry goes baseline and hopped out of his hands, out of bounds.
Went to his left or right, and the ball just got up over his shoulder.
14th turnover for Illinois State with 3:24 to play. Crouch looked to throw long to Bennett, instead gives to Ruffin. Ruff back to Crouch with 3:20 to go. Jeremy across the timeline. He gets doubled and hooks the pass to Ruffin. 3:15 to play, 26 on the shot clock. Bradley 68, Illinois State 48. Here's Ruffin with it. Gives to Bennett, 20 on the shot clock out near the timeline. Now he looks to attack with the left hand. Hands to Crouch with 16, now 15.
Don't mind to run a little time now.
3 minutes left in the game with 12 on the shot clock and a 20-point lead. Somerville sets a screen for Bennett, who around one, around two, arches the shot, hits the rim and misses.
Dilligard influenced that quite a little.
Yes, he did. Outlet pass on Gordon to Green. Stutter step dribble between the rings. Has it knocked away by O'Brien, who picked up a foul, or Bennett picked up a foul. It'll be 1-1 with 2:44 to play. First foul on Tony, who's been foul prone as of late. 2:44 to play. 68-48. The Bradley lead is 20. Biggest lead has been 21. Blank in, Gordon out. Looks like Dana Ford's going in. Looks like Aniku is in. At least they're both talking to Porter Mosier. Vince Green is up and good. He's an excellent free thrower. It's his first tonight. He's 77 of 84 on the season. Guidry out, Alexander out. 68-49, one more for Vince Green.
I think we ought to squeeze out another point in the last 3 minutes, Dave.
I hope so. Free throw Green number 2 is good. 68-50. Baseball pass at the other end is caught by Tony Bennett. He's fouled. He'll go to the line for a pair as the breakaway pass was thrown by Jeremy Crouch to Bennett on the fly, and he was fouled. And who'd they call it on? John Higgins, 3-1. He called foul on Dana Ford, and now your 69th point is going to be on the board with Tony Bennett. Tony has 15 points. Career high was 25 at that loss at Drake. Made the first one, and there's your magic number, 69-50. A 19-point Bradley lead. Alexander, Gordon, and Guidry are in. Dana Ford, Plank, and Aniku, the defensive players, are out. The Braves put O'Brien and now Crouch in the free throw line in the second spot, left and right. Tony trying to get to 70, rims it in. 17 points for Bennett. Crouch is out. J.J. Twy is in. The Bradley lead is 20 with 2:42 to play. Bradley 70, Illinois State 50. Here comes Green across the timeline, and Ruffin's on him. He's all the way down against O'Brien. Nice pass. Shot is blocked by O'Brien, and the second putback is in, and timeout Illinois State. O'Brien just picked up another block, and that for Patrick is his third of the night. And on the season, his 60th. 2:33 to play. Illinois State calls time. This is a 30-second timeout. So they have 3 left. Bradley has 4 left. It's only a matter of the final score here. And the Redbirds are going to drop to 17-10 and 8-8 in the league.
You may wonder, why you call a timeout when the game's lost like this, Dave. But, they're still playing for where they're going to play in the tournament. They're still playing for the NIT bid as well. So, Coach certainly within his rights. They're trying to keep organized.
They play at SMS and then finish against Creighton at home. It's a tough go. Well, the Braves have done their part to stay alive in a 6th spot, and that's beat Illinois State. Now they got to go and win at Northern Iowa. Look for a baseball pass, and they can run the baseline, and Crouch does, and gives to Bennett with 2.5 to play. Tony looks at a trap. 5 to make it up, 4 to make it up, and jumps the pass to Somerville. Wide open, O'Brien. Kaboom! From Somerville!
And he's got 20, 10 each half.
6th dunk of the night for the Braves.
3 of them by Somerville on passes on dunks for sure, Brian.
With it, Green pull-up jumper for 3 is good. Left, 72-55. As the 3-point shot goes with 2:06 to go, and the ball gets away. John Higgins hands the ball to Jeremy Crouch. Give to Bennett. Dana Ford went for the steal. Bennett across the timeline. Free throw line extended to the left. Look at a skip pass and give to Ruff out near the timeline. 1:50 to go. 72-55 Bradley. Over Illinois State. Bennett with it. Still want to get that double-double for OB. Here is Bennett in the lane, all the way down. Has it taken away by Aniku. Outlet passes Dana Ford against Somerville. Inside out, Vince Green. Pull-up jumper from 17 is missed. Rebound is taken down Dana Ford. Aniku penetrate and give to Green on the baseline, all the way down. Hangs, fires up, charge. And the charge taken by Tony Bennett with 1.5 minutes to go. 90 seconds to play. And the Braves lead by 17. Here comes Guidry. And here comes Khalif Ford into the game for Illinois State, replacing Aniku and Vince Green. Bradley Braves basketball on WMBD Peoria, Illinois. And the inbounds pass is to Ruff. He's still in the backcourt. Gives to Crouch, who spins away, and now gives to Bennett with 1:20 to go. Somerville. And now Somerville, who has 9 points, he's not in double figures. He might now. Turn around shot is up and missed, but he'll go to the line for a pair. So Somerville can get into double figures with 1:12 to go, as he'll have 2 free throws. Aniku picked it up. Quite a game for a lot of the Bradley Braves. They have 3 in double figures, and soon to be 4 as Somerville goes to the line for the first time tonight. Made it. He's got 10. J.J. Twy in for Crouch, 73-55. Bradley's biggest lead was 21. One more for Somerville. Wonder if Jim will go to his bench here. One more Sellis, that's good.
You better hurry.
74-55 with 1:12 to go. Across the timeline is Khalif Ford. He's got Guidry there. He has Dana Ford there. Aniku. Gordon's out of the game, all the way down, penetrate and kick. Khalif Ford, 3-ball left, short. Rebound Somerville with 58 seconds to go. Gives to Bennett. Tony, around 1, around 2. His layup is good. He just took it and went. 19 points for Tony Bennett. 76-55. 3-ball Guidry, short. Rebound taken down Khalif Ford. Looks inside passes Dilligard. He's blocked by O'Brien and fouled by OB. That sends Dilligard to the line with 41.7 to go.
This will be interesting.
Well, this is your chance to get that double-double, Coach, if O'Brien stays in the game, because there's a pretty good chance there's going to be a rebound on the second. Dilligard to the line. Bradley 76, Illinois State 55. This was a dominating performance by the Braves. I think they got down to 12, didn't they, Coach? That was the closest.
I think it was.
Dilligard's free throw is short. Get ready, Patrick. Your 10th rebound is coming up. Trying for a double-double. He's been on 9 for a while. 20 points, 9 rebounds. Dilligard, watch him make it now. Second free throw. Of course he did. 76-56. The lead is 20. They look for the inbounds pass, and it's knocked away by Plank, or make it Guidry out of bounds with 40.3. Jim Les wants timeout. I think after they get across the timeline, he indicated time. Twy.
Don't want to get anybody hurt.
Gives to Ruffin. He's in the back court. Gets doubled. Gives to Somerville. Ball fake. Gives to Twy, and he's fouled. JJ to the line with 30.6. I think Jim might clear his bench now, but we'll see. JJ hasn't scored. He's missed his only shot for 3. We knocked it. The kaboom counter is falling, Coach. We had so many dunks tonight. Had 6 dunks. Kevin Jones, Montana Hireman are coming in. Free throw JJ. That's good. 77-56. Going for the biggest lead. Patrick O'Brien is out. Marcellus Somerville is out for O'Brien and Somerville. 77-56. A dominating performance by the Braves over Illinois State tonight. Second free throw, JJ, rims no good. Almost got his own rebound. Taken down by Dana Ford. Here's a jumper by Aniku, is short. Rebound is taken down by Dilligard. Fake left, cross-court pass with 18. Guidry got a man in the air, fires a 3-ball up and good. Boy, he is a shooter. 77-59. And here's Kevin Jones, has the ball go off his hand into Bradley. Turnover. as Bennett threw it too high.
Well, Green and Guidry both with three threes the second half, Dave, and they're still down by 18.
Here's Green, stutter step dribble all the way down. Shot is blocked by J.J. Twy, and he fouled Green with 8.1 to go. So Green goes to the line. You know he's going to get a pair here, and he's a very good free thrower.
Yeah, he's 92 on the season. He's 2 out of 2 tonight.
8.1 to play. Bradley 77, Illinois State 59. I got a hunch your final score is going to be 77-61. Pretty good bet, isn't it, Coach, with Green at the line for 2. First one's good.
Yeah, unless they should foul.
And I don't know why they would.
Nope, I don't either.
77-61 is going to be your final score. Green's second free throw bounces around and in. Twy looks to the inbounds pass, unless they don't get it in, to Kevin Jones. At the other end, gives to Bennett, and he doesn't shoot it. Now the ball is tipped. Inside is J.J. Twy, and he doesn't shoot it either. And the Braves have won 77-61 over Illinois State. And a commanding performance.